Okay, so now what we need to do is we now just need to convince the people watching that we are either laying on our backs and have somehow situated the desk in front of us to defy gravity, or we just placed a bunch of bullshit poles behind us for no reason at all.
But we are lying on our backs under the range system. You can't just.
I know you can't undo
I
all
know.
of the stuff that we did for the hi.
Ian's going to be joining us later today, and a couple of people are wrapping up their own campaigns and will be watching us. So apparently we've got 40 subscribers who watch us on a regular basis, so good for us. A couple things before we kick off games tonight. If this is your first time viewing, make it really quick. We're running Fey Nightmares with unreleased material using the Fey Condensed system. We're doing a campaign with the Blades using that faction for Fey Nightmares as a playable character faction, which we have not done before. And we've been tweaking around with different rules for Fate War, including magic points, leveling up, a bunch of weird stuff, and just coming back from a mid-season break. And I think the consensus is, with the experimental rules, I think we're going to drop using magic points. We're going to use Fate points as Fate points plus.
Yeah.
So why not? Simplifies everything for everyone else. And I think with the rest of the game, it's just going to continue as it is in the book and with everything else that we've written. Sweet. So everybody, just want to check. Everybody has used their major milestone from last game, correct? I think we did that right at the tail end of last game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know my numbers add up. I think I was gonna buy a stamp, but I honestly don't know what I wanted to buy yet.
No, you banked your stuff, and I believe Mariah actually cashed hers in. So.
No, I would have banked mine.
You would have banked yours as well? Okay. Just to rewarn you though that if it is banked, then we'll wait until the end of this game before you start spending.
Cool.
All right.
Why?
Because I don't want people spending it in the middle of game.
That's the whole point of a fate point.
No, not the.
No, your refresh.
Your refresh. The milestone.
Like if you wanted to spend, because part of it you get a refresh, which you could use to buy a stunt.
Yeah, but by banking it, you add it to your refresh.
Right. But if you wanted to spend a point of a refresh to buy a stunt, he's saying wait until the end of the game, at the end of the session, in order to do that. If you think of something midway through.
Okay.
Yep.
Kind of weird, kind of contrary to fate rules, but okay.
Okay. Well, you know what? In that case, if you want to use it in the middle of the game, go right ahead. I don't have a problem with it. So, when we last left the game, Mariah's character Lucas was able to successfully unstick time, and Charlie's character Declan, the sighted detective. What, you wanted to add something? You made a gesture like you wanted to throw something in there.
How many skill point increases did we have total?
I want to say 2.
So it was only 2 after the major milestone?
Yes.
Okay, because, yeah, I keep seeing that and it keeps tricking me. Alright.
Okay, and Charlie's character Declan actually went through a rather horrific labyrinth, chasing down the hook-handed man who turned out to be Steven. Somehow that became his name. And he's actually a hybrid. Well, no, I don't want to give too much away about that because there are spoilers involved. But the long is, in a conversation between Socrates and Megs, who are the noble mortals most wanted and least desired, and the hook-handed man, who's a member of the Lunar Council, instead of having the traditional big boss fight, there was kind of a meeting of the minds and rescheduling of a major conflict because some of the villains had double booked.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And it's completely.
Yeah, there's no shame in it.
Yeah.
There's not.
I mean, as long as you can sit down and figure out, who wants to fight who, and then plan, and it doesn't clash with anyone else's. That's just the sign of a good person.
It really is. And deals were struck. So they postponed / rescheduled the brawl. They picked sides, and they established rules that everybody would basically not interfere with anyone else until that specific time, meaning that Sycorax and Megs would not make life difficult for either Stephen or Declan until they had this confrontation, but also Stephen and Declan are being held by the same rules where they can't actively interfere with Megs or Sycorax, so everybody's kind of keeping to their side of the sidewalk and not, just arm's length until we get it settled. So that happened. And we also learned through a series of cutscenes at the very end that, about a dozen other members of the Lunar Council are beginning to make their move into Arden. Your characters aren't, they know something's wrong and they're privy to a bit of that. And Brian's character's Lucas was able to come across a really significant piece of information while on the run, and that was the name of the operative who's actually been directing the Lunar Council. So I think that pretty much sums everybody up.
Okay.
Yes.
Sounds about right, yeah.
All right. Just making a note here.
Get an actual mouse.
Because the problem isn't the mouse, the problem is the computer.
Yeah. So, any questions about what happened towards mid-season's break, or the character sheet before we kick off?
No. I am gonna, however, let you two do something. That's with the camera, just a titch.
Okay. What's that? Okay.
No, you said you're gonna let us do something.
Yeah, game.
Oh, continue. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can sit in silence, that works too.
We just figured that if we sat and stared at you, it'd be more productive. Actually,
Okay.
the game.
So, the game starts off.
I get hit.
So, game starts off as it normally does. We see that small stone cottage. The smoke is now billowing softly out of the chimney, now that time has been restated, and things can actually move as they should. People are kind of milling about, but keeping to their side of the sidewalk because the pandemic is still going on. Not the COVID pandemic. It is a pandemic that is people developing glaucomic eyes and sometimes passing out from exhaustion mysteriously. See game 2 for the secrets behind that. And as the camera does a 360-degree kind of aerial view, we get a view of the condo, and people are kind of watching TV, watching Netflix. A few others are making meals. And as they do, there's the odd family, and they kind of look out the window. And it's just typical street scene, 4 or 5 people walking back and forth. But the thing is, the weather's finally broken. The sky's kind of blue, and that nice, thick, gray cloud and stormy weather we've had is giving way to something really weird, sunshine. And you can actually see the temperature starting to rise a little bit. So instead of -13, it's a balmy -2, 1 degrees, which, if you're from Canada, would be shorts weather.
Yeah.
As you are. So that's kind of going on, but the strange thing is the stone cottage right in front of that condo is looking a little bit different. It's looking a little bit, while the rest of the world is still very much kind of in the hallmarks of winter, we're seeing grass beginning to push through the snow. We're seeing, brightly colored flowers and ivy just starting to push through the flower beds. And there's not just smoke coming out of the chimney, but the smell of freshly baked bread is kind of wafting out. And we see probably about 16 years old, around that. It's 16, 14. It's hard to tell. There's a kid. Dark hair, dark eyes, thin. Um, Aside from that, it's really hard peak jacket, and they're holding on to a little red wagon.
Excuse me.
And the little red wagon isn't like a children's wagon. It's almost like it's got the thicker tires, and just laid on top of it, just piled high, are it's baked goods and jars of preserves, and there's a couple of turkeys, and there's just this small mobile mound of food that the kid is kind of dragging towards the front of the stone cottage. Gives a knock on the door, and you hear the voice from inside. Who is it now? And knocks again. It's like, ah. Goes over, looks out, and you see this old man made out of wrinkles and covered in shawls and blankets and an old smoking jacket that's since long seen its better days. And as you do, the door opens wide. Thank you.
I have
Sorry,
5 blue dice. That's not right.
You have been blessed, but you can still only roll 4. Door opens, and as it does, the old man kind of nods to the kid, gestures for him to come in, and as he does, he's already got the thick leather book with the pages pulled out. And he kind of gives the kid a raised eyebrow. And we all know that look. He knows what the kid has been up to, but the kid has still got that, there might be a way out of this if I just, play. So the old man raises an eyebrow, and it's that very distinctive, I know what you did. And the kid responds by raising their eyebrow in the, I have no idea what you're talking about. That casual, is there something amiss, perchance, that I am not involved with? So he gestures to the kid, a crooked finger kind of beckoning him towards him, and he points to the last page that the kid had secretly started reading behind the old man's back. And that's where we begin our game. Declan wakes up. It is a beautiful February morning. The bird is singing, just the one. Clear blue skies. And you hear this knock on the door.
What?
Declan, honey, your breakfast is ready. You're gonna be late for school, and don't you what me? I am your mother. Now hurry up. It's getting cold. You do not. The scars are gone. The wrinkles are gone. Mariah's dice are gone. You're looking at you when you were maybe 12? And here's the thing. You take a look at the room. That is describe what your 12-year-old room looks like.
His 12.
His 12-year-old room.
Hell.
The fuck? Where did the dice go?
I don't know. It's probably 12 years old.
Tell you what, you can use some of mine.
Probably got like
There.
some rock bands.
I think your bag ate
Poster.
one of my red dice, though.
Is like the only thing hanging from the wall, except for maybe a calendar that has never been touched because I'm 12.
Yeah.
Aside from that, there is a pile of clothes beside the hamper that looks like a very visual representation of why Declan does not play basketball.
Okay.
Because there's no lid on the hamper. There's just clothes around it, and the hamper is bereft of clothes. No drawer is fully pushed in all the way.
What's just out of curiosity, what's the Rock Band poster?
Sex Pistols.
Okay. Nice.
His desk, however, is immaculate. It is perfectly pristine. everything is in its place. The paperwork, the books, it's all perfectly folded because that's easily gathered information. Everything else about his room is a shit show.
Okay.
If there was an eye of the storm, it is that desk.
So, you know, you're waking up. You can see that you're 12 years old. Did he have brothers or sisters? Just out of curiosity.
No.
No. So okay, so you can hear the radio playing, kind of like you know, 80s Blondie, and you can smell that your mother's been like, it's waffle day. It's a Wednesday. Most of the week it's just whatever. It's cereal, but Wednesdays she actually has she doesn't have to work until the evening, so she takes a little extra time with breakfast. And you can see her puttering around in the kitchen. You hear her voice, and it's like, Declan, honey, the syrup's out. Like, God damn it, will you get the cat off the table?
I'll come out in my pajamas. Doctor Who pajamas are just TARDISes in.
There's my boy. Leans over, gives you a kiss.
Hello.
And good morning to you, good sir.
Right. Doctor, off the table.
Cat gives you a look, You know that look. If this was an anime show, you would hear battle fight. Go. Declan versus Dr. the Cat.
Dr. Cat, I think it's better.
Just pick him up.
You're so lucky I'm not making you roll the flags. I will give you. You pick him up, and he kind of meows incessantly as you sit down. Your mom kind of turns to you, and she's got the curly red hair, and then she's she's beginning to gray a little on the sides, and she's like, "Honey, eat up. It's going to be a busy day. I don't want you being late for school. No dawdling on your way over this time."
Right.
By the way, Mr. Mulligan called us again. He says you're doing really well in math class.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
That's good.
Yeah, but he doesn't. He's got a few concerns. Says that there's a couple of kids that you'd probably be better off not hanging around with. I think you're smart enough to make your own decisions. But if I catch any hooliganism or get a call from the school, we're gonna have words.
All right.
When she says words, she kind of looks sideways at the wooden spoon on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So puts the waffles in front of you and turns on the radio, and is just kind of puttering about the kitchen. Phone rings, and she's like, "Who is? Oh, Lisa. Hi. Yeah, no. I switched shifts with Rachel for tonight. She's like, honey, just a moment, and you can hear her kind of just talking up there.
No.
Syrup, waffles, honey. Okay.
And one day I will one day add waffles to my syrup.
And as you do.
Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see the,
Couch ate the dice.
yeah,
Couch ate the dice. You know how it goes. So as you're doing that, something's really odd. It's Dr. the Cat is usually kind of he's kind of lazy, he's kind of lethargic, but he seems to be taking really big interest in you right now. And you can tell, you can't put your finger on it, but there's something not quite the same. He's got the same blue eyes, but when you start eating, like doing the syrup thing, he's giving you a very judging look. And you swear the few times that when your mother said something on the phone, the cat was actually following the conversation.
So, doctor, would you like some waffles with a side of diabetes?
He just turns and he's
Right. So, let's get this out of the way. I know this is a dream. Because you are far too interesting. I remember Doctor, and Doctor barely looked at me twice. Mainly because you were old as balls when I was 12. You could barely move. So the fuck is happening right now?
That's when you feel a cuff across the back. Language, Declan! I did not raise you to use that with the cat. That's your mother, and she's giving you. There's a time and a place, and eat your breakfast. Swearing at the cat, I swear.
Glaring at the cat.
And
I'm
cat's kind of looking at you.
I'm on to you.
Like, I know. And as you're kind of wolfing down, the cat kind of looks at you and just kind of leaps down and starts, pawing at the door to go outside.
Keep eating.
Cat looks at you.
Oi, Numpty. Cat door. Yeah.
And you actually hear the cat side.
Do you want me to hold it open for you? Your Highness.
Well, if you could get off your tubby little butt and stroll over here and open the door, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll tell you what, you grow thumbs and that'll happen. And that's when you hear a voice, your voice. It's like, "Hey, Mom, is Billy's mom really a whore? That's what they were saying at school." And you hear the phone slam down and the death eyes turn on you. Mr. Cat?
She looks at the cat. It was the cat. The cat. It was the cat knows Billy's mom intimately, I take it. And then all of a sudden had an opinion to express it vocally, which is something that cats are not known to do. But of course it must be the cat.
You're the one that was always going on about how many...
Declan, my love, my butterfly, my rainbow of 1,000 different songs. And your mom kind of leans down to you. I want you to look at me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything on my forehead at all? Anything?
No.
Do you see the words "haunts" written across my forehead?
I do not.
Do you see the word "idiot" written across your
I
forehead?
do not.
No, you do not. Do you know why you do not?
Because no one's written it there.
Feel the cough across the back. Because I am neither a ponce nor an idiot. And as far as Billy's mother is concerned, her behavior is hers and hers alone.
Then why do you keep talking about it? I mean, honestly, if you don't want me using that kind of language, maybe you shouldn't use it around me.
Cough again.
Also, one more thing. If we can just end this whole charade, because me and Mom's eyes, they weren't green just because she's Irish. They were brown.
Yeah.
So whoever's responsible for this, piss off.
And she's like, I don't know what's gotten into you, but your behavior is atrocious, and we will discuss this later. But you're going to be late for school, and that's when Doctor I hate
That's
you for,
what
I hate you for making me do this, and that's when Dr. Cat is like, we need to go. It's not safe right now.
Fine. To fold an entire waffle into my mouth. Oh, Rowan.
Don't forget your school books, honey.
I got my school book.
Okay, you kind of
Okay, get dressed.
get dressed. All right.
Look at my hair. Put my jeans on. Sex Pistol shirt. Jean jacket.
And that's when your mom kind of fires out. And don't forget your aim when you leave.
All right, so we're just not trying anymore, are we? Is this it? Is this where we at? Fantastic. Root around. Found it.
It's underneath the socks, underneath the bed. So you've got your spear and your stuff for school.
Spear in the bag. Yeah, but it's not gonna, like, what if I need it? Hold on. Take my jacket off,
Yeah.
put like the thing on so I can like stow it on my back, and jean jacket over top of it. test it, see if I can still grab it. Okay, cool.
Okay, so
Open the door, Your Highness.
you know, sarcasm really doesn't become you. But I'm growing line. I'm growing rather fond of the title, so I shall follow suit. And he kind of walks with a swagger and raises his shoulders with a little bit more dignity for a cat. You know,
Just kind of walk and gently lift his ass with my foot.
hey!
Move on.
So you guys kind of go through the door, and as you do, you find yourself standing like in this field.
Oh, yeah. Dublin. I remember it well. The fuck?
You've been here before. It's a little bit different this time. The trees are still exactly as you remember them. The grass is still as green. And you see several different cafe tables kind of spread out. And different people. You see a deer-headed woman having a cup of tea up. You can see a couple of insects. They all nod to you as they're playing cards. And you can see their captive, the topaz-colored ladybug.
Yeah.
And he's there with that fop sweat kind of running down the side of his face.
Hey, Gary.
And that's when you hear a squeal of delight. Human squeal, not pig squeal. Okay. Clarify.
Okay.
I mean,
And
they
that's
sound pretty similar.
So a squee.
a squee.
Okay.
Okay, and that's when Sarah comes running up to you.
Ah.
And she's roughly the same age you are right now. And she's got the dress on and the
Hello.
and she's like, Declan, you made it!
I did.
Oh, I'm so worried. I'd be having this tea party all by myself. We've all been waiting for you.
Right.
Apparently
Tea
there's
party.
a crisis and only you can help us.
Of course there is.
So she gestures you to, a little
Yeah.
cafe table.
All right.
And she kind of crawls up, for a 12-year-old. Basically, cafe table, the chairs are high. She's 12, you're 12, so you can make
Put
it.
my book bag on top of
Yeah.
behind the back of the chair.
And
Climb
she's,
up.
and she's like, okay, everyone. Declan is finally here, and I think we can get things started. There is a crisis of epic proportions.
Doctor, the ladybugs are not on the menu.
Ah!
Put them back. Sorry.
As you were! Wait up! So you're there. Sarah, you remember Sarah from Antonio's house. She's sitting there. And there's Flopsy Bunny, and Hapsy Bunny, and Rainbow Pony,
Oopsie.
and
Pepsi.
and
Rainbow.
and Teddy Barris,
Teddy
and
bear.
Teddy Ursa, and then
Greg.
you've got Mr. Violet, Mr. Cocktail, and Pika3.
Yeah. Pick a three. Greg. It's just standard money.
And you see that they're all kind of hand stitched puppets, not puppets, but stuffed kids'
Toys.
toys and
Mm.
what you would have there. You remember them from the first tea party.
Mhm.
Except as you kind of sit there and address them, each one in turn eventually turns its little neck with its vacant, sewn on eyes and gives you a very silent nod of appreciation.
Okay. So,
This is the part where you say, I'm glad you could all make it.
right. I'm glad you could all make it. Something bad, something bad's happening.
That's good. And I've called you all here today for a special purpose.
And I've called you all here today for a very special purpose.
And that's when the animal toy heads all kind of turn to look back at Sarah silently. And she's kind of looking at them. Okay, what is it? And that's when the animal heads kind of turn back to look at you.
Well, let's see here. Number of things, really. There's the two noble mortal witch things, roller skates. But anyway, they're kicking around.
Mhm.
There's the Lunar Council
Mhm.
slowly coming into Arden that need to be drop kick the hell out of my backyard. And see here, Lucas has got his battle with the bands. That's adding a wee bit of stress on him. And maybe between you and me, he's got it in the bag. But you know, artists. Oh, no, what if I'm not good enough? Anyway, oh right, and I'm supposed to battle one of Meg's and or Sigarax, and then should I win that, I have to fight Steven. And apparently, oh, what the hell was her name? Daffodil? Yeah, Daffodil. She considers me a friend now, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get wiggle my way out of that.
And the most important thing that you forgot. And she turned, the one Flopsy Bunny turns over its head and, you know, kind of looks at you, then turns over and looks at her. You need a date for the royal dance tonight.
Is that tonight?
It is!
I did not. Oh, you know what? There, as I said, there's a lot happening. I spaced, but yes, I in fact do need a date for the royal dance that is apparently happening.
Roll a report roll.
Nothing bad happens. I mean, 3.
Okay. So she looks at you. Floral dress, kind of, you know, breeze blowing by. Her hair is tied up really nicely. And for some reason, she's holding a bouquet of flowers that you swear were not there a moment ago.
Uh-oh.
And her eyes are glimmering, and for someone's playing Lady in Red in the background. I have no idea why. And she's like, Declan Street, I accept your offer to be your date for the royal dance.
Oh, well, one less problem to worry about, I suppose.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Right? Yeah. So, any particular reason I'm in a 12-year-old body?
It's because you're not 13 yet.
I can't even argue with that.
And that's when the camera kind of pans out as the page turns, literally. And we see Lucas's character.
Lucas's character.
Sorry, yeah.
Lucas has character.
Yeah, that would be Mariah. No. Mariah's character, Lucas,
Story loophole.
is in front of a crowd of 40,000 people. Winter Knives are behind Lucas. They're just let loose on their last closing act. And it is not a quiet concert. People are screaming and cheering, losing their mind. This is this concert is going across the globe, all the important places. Canada, Europe, Asia, Africa, Antarctica, parts of America.
I just pictured penguins headbanging and it's adorable. Just like laughing.
and you've got the your fan base is going nuts. The record endorsements like been going off. Raven's got a Netflix series. There's been several autobiographies written. Yeah, it is actually. There have been several autobiographies written. Like they're talking about a big movie deal. Your last 2 records hit platinum status in a week, and you're breaking all kinds of records. And this is like the big kickoff to the start of the tour, and everything is just going aces. Moxie comes in, and you see Moxie out of the corner of your eye. He's there, in a nice, tailored blue suit with a tie and a Windsor knot. Nothing too outlandish. You know, a white shirt, his hair, you know, combed back tastefully, wearing a pair of leather loafers.
There it is.
And he's just nodding respectfully, you know, quietly from behind the curtain. Every time you hit a power chord, you can see him there. So you're rocking out. Everything seems to be going incredibly well. Your reviews are coming in really great. You finish off that closing number. The crowd is going nuts. And as you're behind the curtain, you know they're screaming encore, encore. Moxie comes up to you, and he's like, "Lucas, my boy, that was absolutely superb. What are you gonna do after this? How many more tours before you finally take a break?"
So who are you actually?
I'm your Fagor, your sire Moxie. We've had a relationship since forever. Oh, here, have a Perrier. You're obviously overheating. It's okay. Sometimes we get a little delusional when we haven't been hydrated enough. I've warned you to be taking enough. Hands you a Perrier water. So we've got a few things left to do. It's like we need to finish off the gig tonight. Your fans are screaming for an encore. I don't think you want to disappoint them, but I have to tell you, what is it? What is it you want right now? We're at the. This is the tour. You won the Battle of the Bands. I don't think there's much more I can teach you.
Okay. First off, you can tell at a glance you're not Moxie. Doesn't hurt enough. 2.
That's rude and hurtful. I have feelings, and they are not for you to bruise. You may be my nightmare, but I am worth a little bit of your respect, and to think that you would speak to me in such a way. Well, Lucas, I don't say this too frequently, but I thought better of you. But please, continue. Tell me about your intuitions.
And 2. There's no way he'd say that. Oh, and 3 as well. We haven't finished the Battle of the Bands. So, who are you and what is going on?
Pulls out a newspaper, cracks it open, hands it to you. You won the Battle of the Bands 6
Drop
months
it.
ago.
I drop it. I pull out my aim. And, hold it ready to throw. Enough bullshit. What's going on?
Okay, how are you doing this? Are you doing this?
Oh, temper. I'm totally tapping my temper on this one.
Okay. You're tapping your temper. You can have a fate point for that.
Woohoo!
And he looks at you, and he just gently puts his finger on your aim and kind of pushes it down. I have no idea what has gotten into you, my boy. I understand if you're dehydrated. I am who I say I am. You are the one who is acting very peculiar. And frankly, I'm not sure that you're in a position to make any demands of me right now. And Raven comes over and she kind of throws her arm around you. And she's like, Lucas, they're still calling for us. We gotta go out there. We gotta do a thing. Come on, one more number.
Pinch myself.
Okay. It hurts.
The fuck is this?
Shireen's getting louder. And that's when Moxie kind of grabs you from behind. He like one hand on each shoulder and starts pushing you to the curtain of the stage. And he says, "Listen, I don't have time to put up with your nonsense and your theatrics right now. If you want answers, fine, but you're gonna have to find them on your own time. We've got a concert to do, and we've worked way too hard for you to piss away right now." And he just kind of pushes
You
you
want me
up
to
on
play?
stage.
You can't fucking tell me what's going on.
And he kind of looks at you. He just tilts his head to one side, and you just see him mouth the words, just make a notice roll.
Well, fuck you. I believe that's a 0. Give me a second.
You believe it's a 0?
Yeah, no, I got nothing to have to reroll that either.
Okay. So, he tells you to play. That's all you get from it. What are you doing?
Not until you tell me what's going on.
He kind of nods at you, and he takes a few steps back and just kind of walks down off the stage and makes his way to the parking lot. The Bright Raven's pulling on you. She's like, they're still calling for us. Come on, are we doing this or not? And Zeta's like, what is the holdup, you two?
So the question is, are we all in this scenario, or is it just me? This isn't real.
No, and your Raven's like, yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, and we were all in this situation, not like Mick's trying to go off and start a solo career.
Believable.
But Raven's got like the makeup on. She grabs her.
Does she plausibly look like Raven?
Yeah,
Unlike
she
Moxie?
totally looks like Raven.
Okay.
So they're getting up and they're taking their positions and they're just literally waiting for you to join them on stage.
Does anyone know what's actually going on here?
Yeah, last gig of the night. Then we can turn in for a couple days, and then we're going off to Paris for the next leg of the tour. That was the plan. And so it's like, oh god, don't tell me you're planning on getting cold feet too. Come on, we've been through this.
2?
Planning on getting both.
Hold up. Planning on getting cold feet.
Mm-hmm.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Who else are you talking about?
Oh, that whole fiasco with Ted. Keyboards Ted. He didn't want to come on tour. It's like got cold feet, not feeling well. And then we turned around and he joined that other stupid band, Ironic Elk. Right before they went on their tour. And the plane crashed on the side of the mountain and everybody died.
That escalated quickly.
Wow.
What is wrong with you? It's like you're like in this haze. How do you not know this? Are you okay? What's going on?
This isn't real.
This is show business.
Nope, not.
We're semi-enchanted creatures from a fake face. Okay, and he's like, he just takes his position. Can we just, we'll talk? I'll tell you everything. Just, let's do this.
What are you telling me?
And he just kind of raises his eyebrow and he's just giving you a nod.
Fine, I'll go along with it for now.
Okay, so as you get up there, you hear the voices coming. Ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between, thank you for being here. We've got one last song to perform for tonight. And that's when the curtain opens wide, and everybody's gone.
Oh, look.
You're standing on stage by yourself, holding your guitar in the middle of the woods. It's weird trees growing up. And there are these cafe tables. Deer-headed woman. A couple of pixies enjoying, some cider from very tiny teacups. And there's probably about 60 tables with different couples with strange creatures or nightmares, kind of, they're just eating pastries or engaged in small talk. And as the curtain opens up, all the heads kind of stop and turn to you, and there's a smattering of very polite applause, and you see a walrus in a tuxedo wearing a top. It's like, "Hi, ladies and gentlemen, special guest tonight, coming in to perform for you. No other than Lucas from Winter Knives. Give a warm round of applause. Lucas." You're sitting at the table. All the stuffed animals, kind of look over. Sarah's looking over. "Oh, I heard this guy is really good." And they're all kind of politely clapping.
I'm walking to the bar.
And the walrus kind of goes up to her. He's like, "They're expecting a song. You're the..."
Who are you? Where am I? And what is going on?
I'll be right back.
See if you can get his autograph.
So I'm gonna saunter up to the bar and my 12-year-old self.
Yeah.
Saddle up to the bar. So I get a pitcher of lemonade, please. 3 glasses.
You know you're gonna get actually 3 glasses.
As long as it holds the lemonade, I don't care.
It's like, my name is Ted.
Look it for murder. Only way to be sure.
My name is Ted. I'm the maitre d' here, and I book the entertainment.
You should have talked to me then.
I did talk to you. Your name's right on the contract. See? And he pulls out a scroll, flips it, and it goes like rolling. Does its circumference, and eventually loops all the way back and comes to the end, pulls it up, and your name is written across in your handwriting. You signed on for this, right, Chappy Buns? It's part of the deal.
The fuck deal is this?
Would that be the deal that you signed with Moxie?
Didn't actually sign anything. Let's see.
Right, but he does seem like the type to have paperwork. I didn't say it was going to be, like, organized.
All right, little mister. There you go. There's your picture and 3 glasses. He's like,
Much?
shot glass, picture of lemonade, and the bartender, who's the, like, rabbit from the head up, is just looking at you, and she's
Thanks
like,
much.
"Are you gonna be okay with that?"
I should be alright,
All
yeah.
right.
So where are you supposed to be?
Right, so I'm probably the only one who knows you only sleep with one sock. I'll let you slowly gather how many Irish people you know. And wait for it. Seriously.
No, I figured out who. I'm just
Right, this way.
going along.
All right.
I'm ignoring Elephant Guy.
Walrus.
Oh.
Speciesist.
And he's like, "We had a contract."
Just give her a minute. He
He.
can't perform. Let that get a drink first.
The liquid courage. Why did you just say so?
Well, why you're not just playing around with this? It's not difficult to figure out. So
I
this
want to
is-
know what's actually going on.
So do I. But do you notice how many answers you're getting when you say what's going on? Doctor, stop eating the frickin' ladybugs!
You look at the doctor.
Doctor?
There's one leg left, the one sticking out.
We'll walk over, just put the pitcher down, walk over, and scruff the neck. Out. Give it. Give it.
The
Give it.
indignity!
Give-
Forsooth, I am not! Thank you, kind sir.
I'm so sorry.
Very dark in there.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I
for eating.
have a delicate diet. I am a rare and noble pedigree.
Do you realize that there's an open bar?
Well, yes.
You can order something then. Like everyone else.
Oh,
Stop eating the patrons.
very well. And kind of pitter patters over to the bar.
Doctor was my cat when I was a kid. I woke up in a 12-year-old memory. It's nice. So this, however, this lovely young woman and my date for the royal ball is Sarah. Sarah is a noble mortal who I helped get out of a wee bit of a jam when Megs and Sycorax decided to destroy their house. So, and you-
Eggs and cigarettes?
Yeah.
Do I know who those are?
apparently a couple other noble mortals that like killing people. Little off the rocker. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a notice roll.
Me
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Oh,
Two.
two.
Of course. So you're talking, you're pouring out the lemonade, you're about to take a drink, and you notice this as well. Instead of lemonades in those cups, you're seeing kind of maggots swarming around, worms, little centipedes, cockroaches, kind of like crawling over each other, ants, and you shake it a little, you swear you see like little flecks of bone in there as well.
Yum.
Interesting. Yet another clue. Oh, you should probably play something. People tend to get pliable when you play the right song.
Sarah kind of looks at you and she's like, "Is everything okay?"
Not really. If you notice the maggots and whatnot, used to be the lemonade. Don't drink that.
She's like, "Oh my god, that's so yucky! Why would they do that?"
Yeah.
So, is she really here? Or
I have no idea.
okay.
I mean, last time I saw them, they went into a doorway that was in their house that led into what I can only describe as a Feywild. So it
Okay.
kind of sort of makes sense that she's here, but
Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to go on, so I'm just kind of letting it play out.
You notice, both of you at this point, that it's getting kind of windy. It's actually getting kind of cold, and the leaves are starting to fall from the trees. And not that beautiful autumn. They're withered and drying up, almost like they're like a quick frost has hit them too hard. And one black leaf, another black leaf. You hear the wind kind of rustling, shaking, and they're starting to fall.
Are the patrons still around? Like, is it the same area, or have we done another scene change?
No, you haven't done the scene change. The patrons are carrying on like nothing has really changed.
Wait, Sarah, why don't you take Mopsy and Flopsy and Mr. Valentine and Greg and the others, and why don't you go find your mum and get out of here? Yeah, everything seems to be going south.
She's like, "Okay, I'll see if I can find her." And she's like, she kind of lists everybody. "Come on, guys, let's go find Mom." "Yeah, all right, I'll see you later, honey bear." Mwah. Blows big fat kiss. Goes like trailing towards the bar with like her little entourage of stuffed animals.
Still 12. You're still 12. I am like 46. So much trouble. Anyway, so
Ready to play something fine. Go up to the stage.
She's like, "Oh, what are you going to play?"
play that really slow acoustic version of "Stop Reading My Mail."
I don't know. Last time I played a song in a magic area, I wasn't able to play it ever again. I'm just gonna make something up.
Okay. So roll for your performance.
rolled yes.
What did you roll?
9.
All right. So when you get up there and describe what it's like when you start to play.
Why the fuck did I roll plus 4 pluses on this? I'm playing music really well. And I guess I'm trying to instill the idea that they want to tell me what the fuck is going on. Because that's one of my magic abilities.
Okay.
This song is called "What the Actual Hell."
I forget you playing Lucas. So
Purple.
Second up and now Wonderwall.
maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe no. I think Lucas is a rise capable.
Yeah.
So you get up there, you start playing. And actually, it's your chords are perfect. The music is just coming out. The acoustic version is actually really good. And that's when you see the skin around Bill's face, the walrus's face, start to disintegrate like old parchment paper. It just starts folding in itself, revealing the kind of the bone underneath. You see the different patrons, the deer-headed woman, and the skin starts to slowly disintegrate off, just leaving the bone and the organs there. The clothing looks like it was something someone was buried in like centuries ago. And the reality of what is underneath this situation is actually coming. Those cafe tables look like spinal columns with the flat part being chiseled from headstones. The beautiful green grass and the warm air has turned to like shriveled grass where it looks like it was just scoured with fire. And everything is getting a very dark and gray, dead. And it's not that kind of Fey Nightmares normal kind of death associated Fey, like a banshee or ice or winter. This is feeling horribly wrong. This is feeling like, considering your nightmares, this is feeling unnatural even to you. I need you both to make will checks at this point.
No, those are not my dice. Alright, what is my roll, Bill?
2 again.
Okay.
3.
You are taking a dot of mental stress. The imagery of this place, the surrealness of it, it's becoming incredibly disorienting, and not necessarily frightful, but unsettling. You, on the other hand, got exactly what you wanted for. The illusions are being dropped. You're seeing these dead skeletal creatures that are mockeries of what their living counterparts would be being fully revealed. You're seeing that the bar is, instead of those beautiful iridescent bottles of liqueurs, that they're filled with, some are filled with eyes that are rotting from the inside. Others are with carnivorous ants that are devouring birds' head. A couple of the bottles that held high end of like tequila, you're taking a look at them and you can actually see what you think are pint-sized people inside screaming to be released. They're in some kind of agony. And that rabbit-headed bartender who you met, that skull turns to you, which is now her head, and she kind of gives you a very weird kind of psychotic laugh. And that's when you both hear the sound of kind of roller skates in the distance.
Oh, jeez.
It sounds like they're on hardwood or concrete, but you can hear that roll.
Yeah.
Roll.
And
Roll.
here it is.
Roll.
Here's what?
Right. Although, there's a joke to be made here about a face-mounting guitar solo. I'll let you think of it.
And that's when you hear a scream, and Sarah comes running straight towards you,
Alright.
being followed by her entourage that have each have the bone skeletal structures kind of poking through the furry carapaces. And you can see that they're wielding knives and other sharp knives, scissors, that kind of thing, sewing needles.
Okay.
And she is moving like there is no tomorrow. She's running
Yep.
straight for you.
That's cool. bring out my aim.
All right.
I guess I would have had to put mine away to play guitar, but so drawing it out again
Okay.
and throwing it at one of the stuffies in the head.
Okay. Roll for it.
I'm going to take a wide swing with the spear, just because
Yeah.
it's elongated. I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so the roll was neutral.
So who's going first, by the way?
She's
Okay.
with throwing.
All right. Got it.
So my athletics is 4, so 4.
4. Okay. You get Mr. Flopsy square in the skull. Splits it wide open. Hits the ground. The threads unravel, and the internal organs of either a small animal or a small child kind of spill out.
Gross.
So I'm gonna I elongate the spear and I back up and I look at Sarah like, Sarah, jump,
Okay.
and I swing low
Sarah's got moves. She jumps.
and I rolled a 6 for my fighting.
All right.
How many times you can roll?
Okay. So, swing comes in. She jumps it, and just like, you know those kids who, on skateboards and they practice a lot and they're actually better than they do those high jump. She does one of those. So you swing, she jumps. It could have been. It's in slow motion. Alec Keanu Reeves, The Matrix. It looks really good. The one teddy bear sees what's happening. He drop, tucks, and roll. The other ones, you swing this way, you catch half of them. One gets the blade across the eye. You see the skull kind of shatter underneath that, and it's like ripping as blood is flowing through. Two of the other ones, you kind of hit one in the ribs, and you can actually see them because they're poking through on the outside. Kind of shatter, it crumples lifelessly. And the third one, you just, the blunt force trauma just cleaves it in half. It does that perfect arc with its midsection there. And then when you swing back, you crack the other three. You catch two in the throat, and they make that gasping, wheezing sound as they hit the ground, and they're kind of clawing where it should be. And the other one, it just bisects it underneath the leg, and the stuffed leg goes swirling this way, and the body goes swirling that way, and it releases a cry of somebody who's just lost a limb. So as these bodies all hit the ground simultaneously, you can hear the moaning and suffering of these stuffed animals. And that's when the bear rises in front of you. And he just looks at you, pocket knife, slink.
You tell somebody's been watching lots of horror recently.
Just imagine it's a giant grizzly bear, claws the size of Volkswagen, switchblade. Alright, I'm not gonna. You know what? Yeah, sure. I don't know if I'm more terrified. Like, does that mean he knows how to use the knife?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, yeah. I just look at the bear. Greg. Like, eyes squint. Not for long.
Battle fight. Go, Gregory versus Declan. All right.
Was he attacking?
Yes,
Then I would like to parry.
as you should.
Parry, thrust, good. 4 in total.
4. Give me a second. He hits you for 1 point of physical. And he keeps going back and forth, and you're dodging, sidestepping, you're parrying with the aim. He brings it down, slides over. You have that moment where it's like the lightsabers are like right at the hilt. He's like at that with the pocket knife. You're like that at the end. He puts his bare leg up. He puts his bare leg on you, kicks off, spins around, and you just feel the sharp sting on your cheeks.
Ow! Am I bleeding? Maybe not, but still, ow!
You are bleeding across the
You had
the cheek there.
on him too.
It's a bear!
All right.
Speaking of dive in here any time to help the 12-year-old fight the bear.
Meanwhile, with Lucas. Lucas is in the middle of Lucas's own little battle. The walrus is trying to gouge out your lungs using its tusks.
Yeah, as one does.
So, it's coming charging at you. Gallisol in the tuxedo that looks like it was buried in.
You're not using your lungs, are you?
Dodging like fuck.
Or not.
Is anyone else? Anyone else?
Holy shit!
Anyone else picture
8?
like, the walrus talking like British?
Yeah.
Leader. Why am I spacing on his name? Winston Churchill.
That's the one.
The one who looks like babies.
To be fair, babies look like him.
Yeah, it's definitely babies.
Okay.
When you help win World War II, babies look like you, not the other way around.
So what was your total roll there?
8.
Yeah, you get away. So he comes barreling through. He does the double pike. You're able to kind of just, for lack of a better word, like a Spider-Man style backflip. Like, it's a move that you should not be able to do. And both tusks hit where you were standing, piercing through the stage. He rears his head, pulls off the board, gives you a death bellow, goes charging after you and takes a swing again. And you were pulling off ninja ballerina moves that you've never done, shouldn't be able to do, and 3 are not sure how you're doing it.
Also not my style.
No, you kind of do a kickflip. He tries to stab you again, shatters one of the beams, you propel yourself off the beam, catch the curtain, and do like the Pirates of the Caribbean around the other side. He picks up another beam, throws it at you, you let go, it goes underneath you, you run across the beam in mid-flight, do a somersault, and land on your feet.
Hold still, you colonial thespian.
You kind of land there. And Sarah's just stops, like, in mid-stride, looks at it, was like, oh my god.
Keep running.
Yeah. And you're like, and that's
I know, right?
and that's when things get serious, because the walrus reaches over, grabs the top of its shirt, rips it off, and reveals the upper part of its skeleton, because it didn't have muscles.
They reveals the ribcage. I don't know what you're expecting.
It should be intimidating, but yeah, without the muscle, it kind of loses a little je ne sais quoi. Meanwhile, you're dealing with the bear.
Speaking of which, that dodge, is that with the raise?
That was with the raise.
Woot! So,
Right. Kelly. Right. Gregory. I'm gonna have to stab you. But 12-year-old body, so bear with me. And stabbing.
That's when you hear Gregory go, oh.
So I guess
3. You're like, all right, shrink, 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 shrink. You do the Deadpool, like ready to go, charge in, and it looks good. Like your handwork is fantastic, your footwork is flawless. This anime style shrink right on the eyes, and that's when you hear the death thing is shrink. It's holding up the little knife, perfect block. Just kind of looks at you.
gotta figure out how to block those buggers.
Don't want to become famous? Buy followers. I am pretty sure that is illegal in any first world country.
yeah,
If you want to sell us something, try Hope. I would buy that by the bucket
I
load.
don't know, and big follows really sounds like some sort of weird porn site.
It's a bad one though, not
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Nothing like quality.
yeah.
It's not like classy like OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
No. So Bear's taking a swing at you with his bare hands.
Oh, he's not using the pocket knife?
He blocked with it. He's using the other one.
So 1.
You're taking another 2 points of damage off that one. He hits you, but I'll give you credit where credit is due. You're still standing. But it feels like your mother boxed your ears. you're kind of, the world's kind of spinning a little bit, and the bear's kind of like doing this.
So, be honest. What's it feel like knowing that a 12-year-old's putting up a fight?
He kind of looks at you. It's a living.
I suppose before you kill me, you're going to tell me who you're working for, huh?
Roll for rapport on that one, or are you trying to?
Oh, I am definitely trying to get information.
Or are you trying to deceive him into giving it to you?
No, it's not deception. I want to know who's going to kill me. I'm also trying to flatter him by saying, "You're totally going to kill me. I would like to know." before I
Okay,
die."
fair enough.
So, it's not deception. I want to know. I'm not hiding my intention.
I mean, there's a little bit of a fib there, but not really, not enough of one.
3.
3?
Yes.
Okay. I do actually have to roll for this one. Because Okay. Yeah. That's good. And he kind of looks at you. It's like, it's nothing personal, kid. I like you. It's not like that blonde-headed bimbo who broke into the house with the porridge.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Just doing a job, but you got a long way to go. You're in the fight of your life right now.
Yeah.
You probably figured that out.
Yeah. Figured that out. I was just wondering who sent you.
And he's like, well, I'm gonna kill you anyway, so I probably shouldn't tell you, but what the hell? Early graves, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and just as the bear's about to tell you, there's an earthquake. You think. And you notice something, that the ground underneath your feet starts moving, but it's moving clockwise. And you look to the center where the stage is, there is a funnel going down. You're effectively on the outskirts of a whirlpool, except the whirlpool is pulling down the trees. And you can hear the sound of it being crushed and everything underneath. The stage is being pulled apart. You can see Sarah clinging to a table, desperately screaming for help. Even all the other creatures are like fleeing or trying to get her, and then one after another are being pulled in. Miss Doctor the Cat, however, is leaping from cafe table to cafe table to cafe. For him, it's sort of like running up and down escalator.
Yeah.
He's going at a good clip, but he's not getting pulled down, but he's not making headway. So he's going from one to the other, one to the other. You, on the other hand, the stage is being pulled apart.
Well, I apparently, last I heard, was Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, you were.
On a spring.
But you guys have got a bit of a problem going on. And that's when you hear Sarah yell, "Jacqueline, there's a way out over there!" There is a big glimmering gold door.
Oh, fantastic.
That seems a little too obvious.
Feel free to take the funnel.
I'm gonna start singing. I'm trying to dispel whatever the fuck is going on.
Okay. Seven. Yeah, you belt it out. Music hits everywhere. It permeates the landscape, people. It resonates off of everything, and nothing happens. For
But-
somebody who stopped time itself, nothing is happening. It shouldn't be doing this, or it should be doing something, but it's not.
Okay, am I getting the feeling that it's resisting or that there's no magic to dispel?
So, even if there was residual magic, like just from other nightmares, you should be able to pick up on that.
So in other words, I should be able to pick up on Declan.
You're picking up on Declan, and you're picking up on Sarah, kind of. So Sarah's weird. It doesn't register as fade magic.
But it registers as magic.
Yeah,
Anything
like for
else?
you, it's like a colored stain.
Anything else that's kind of being picked up?
Yeah, there's actually opposite the way you came. That gold door is over here. On the other end is sort of like this black lightning-esque aura, and it is coming closer and closer, and with it you're getting a definite feeling of dread.
Spike's over there.
Okay. So, gonna make a beeline for Sarah.
Okay. Give me an athletics roll, please. Just to avoid the tables and the ground sinking beneath your feet.
2.
2. 2. You're able to get 3/4 of the way there, no problem. The only thing is, for that last quarter of the way, you've actually got the deer-headed woman who is, having the tea when you first showed up. She's actually clinging to the same table that Sarah's clinging to, and when she sees you coming over, she's like kicking at you to get away. Not enough for a third person. Find your own way out.
I'm not coming for your table, you daffy bent.
And she's just like takes a swing at you with the horns and this kind of thing. And she's like, "Leave him alone, you big bully. He's my date for tonight."
Wait, take my hand. Come on, we gotta run.
Okay, so she's give me another athletics.
Oh yeah, I am definitely tapping. What a fucking day for that.
Yeah.
Better. All right, 2. Yes, that was better.
That was better. In true cinematic fashion, you do the thing where the camera zooms on your hand outstretched. Hers and the fingers are barely touching, just as the whirlpool is pulling her further apart. But you're able to, just at the last moment, reach out and grab her by the wrist. And you're not sure how you did it. And that's when you look behind you. And holding on your hand, and then holding onto the table with another outstretched paw, is Dr. Cat. So you've got the table that she was holding on to. He jumped in the nick of time to help you and gave you that extra 6 inches.
Right. So hop on my back. We'll get out of here.
So very cinematically, you're able to pull yourself up. Dr. Cat jumps on you. You've got Sarah. You're able to get to the edge of where the whirlpool is, and you're beating feet. Where are you beating feet to?
I'm going to be running with the pole towards the door.
Okay.
So if it's swirling, I'm running with it and using effectively its pole to speed me up and give me a boost so I can go where I want to go.
And I'm just going to say, for the sake of argument, if you choose to monologue that as you're doing it in true cartoon fashion, so the cat and Sarah know what you're doing and why.
All right, I'm gonna use this. You've seen Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
No.
Okay, that does not help me at all. We're gonna use a funnel's momentum to speed us up, and it'll actually shoot us out of the funnel. In theory.
Dr. Cat, yay, science!
For science, sure. Yes, feel free to join.
That's when you see Ted going by you, the bear, getting sucked down, and he's looking at you, and he's just like raising an outstretched arm. I regret nothing.
All right, bye, Greg.
And there's the sound of like flesh being torn and bones being crushed deep with underneath the ground. Lucas, what are you doing?
You're gonna have to actually vocalize that.
Yeah, I did not hear it. You just opened
Going
your mouth.
after them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was reality collapsing and I looked for the door?
So you are going to follow them?
I'm gonna go follow them. I'm not going after the ominous cloud.
Oh, you can go after the ominous cloud if you want. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to fight the ominous cloud alone.
Who said anything about a fight?
What
It's
what
just a
what,
cloud.
what bad thing could possibly happen by splitting the party?
As we go to the camp. Well, Lucas froze time. You got trapped in an underground labyrinth.
Didn't get trapped.
Yeah,
Was in a meeting.
it's me. Okay, so give me an athletics roll, and you're running for the door.
So, 7.
Lucas beats you there.
Yeah, you see? Lucas did the thing. Beat me to it.
Lucas is jumping from table to table, on top of nightmare to nightmare.
Wait, there are nightmares here now? Wait, what?
Well, those other creatures that look like nightmares. And
That aren't
eventually,
magical, apparently.
you actually pass by the 12-year-old who is helping his friends and his cat, and you're doing the hero's sprint away from trouble, and you arrive at the gold door. Here's the thing. A moment later, you're there. You got everybody.
I remember having longer legs.
When you were 12?
Mm-hmm.
No, just in general. Like yesterday, I remember
Oh.
having longer legs.
Make notice rolls, both of you.
3.
5.
5?
5.
Okay. You both get this. As you look back towards the whirlpool is going, you are seeing that the horizon is just beginning to disintegrate. And it is getting closer and closer. It is slowly coming together. Things are breaking apart, twisting themselves into literal nothingness. The door you are standing in front of is a gold door, and it is got the adornments of what you think are like cherubs, chubby little babies with wings, except instead of humanoid heads, they've got arm clocks, and it's all around the arch. And there seems to be a large keyhole on the one side.
Look to see if there's a key anywhere.
Okay,
Pull out my key.
the one that you were given from.
1.
You notice a key. He's holding it.
What? You don't have one of these? Click.
Click, 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 click. Tumblers rolling. And that's when you see all the little angels, all the skull heads kind of turn to you. Sorry, alarm clock heads turn to you. And they've got the bows raised. And then they just put them back down.
Do I get to keep the key?
Yeah.
Okay.
Door swings open. And you've got safe passage through.
Yeah, just look at the alarm clock face. Thanks. Tell bells they said hi.
And then you see them just do the hey neighbor thing. Yeah, got it.
Yeah. He's
Going through the door, by the
he's
way.
one of Steven's attendants, little skeleton thing with an alarm clock for a head. Really nice guy. What?
Okay.
All
Not
right.
words I would have expected associated with the Lunar Council.
Well, he's one of his attendants.
Okay. So, you both going through?
Well,
Yeah.
I said I'm going through.
Okay, so you both go through.
Come on, Doc.
And as you do, you're actually in a fairly nice, quiet waiting room. There's effectively a secretary or servant kind of. It's just like general administration hall, but she's sitting behind a desk. White tiled floor, stainless steel chairs. Doesn't seem to be anyone around. There's a water cooler. Don't seem to be any visible doors for exits.
I'm gonna come and try and see if I can sense anything magical.
Okay, go for it.
7.
You are getting actually a fairly heavy read off of two things.
Mhm.
Definitely the secretary, but behind her there is a room, and the room has got one of those large glass windows. It looks like a dentist operating room. And you can
The
definitely,
dentist operating room.
well, like it's got the big chair and
Okay, so okay.
and you are getting like you're seeing this weird kind of red stain like just emanating out of that room. Like it's more of an it's an aura, not a mist, but it's very very thick, and you can hear the sounds of struggle in this. What did you roll for notice, right?
No,
Okay,
because she was using magic.
okay, so that's what you got.
So
4.
secretary's magical.
Yeah.
Nightmare, weird.
Faye, you think. You, on the other hand, you got a 4 for notice.
Mm.
You're definitely hearing the sounds of somebody panicking or struggling. It's hard to make out the words, but you recognize the voice. It's different. It's definitely Melanie, Sarah's mom.
Coming from the room?
No, where you think it is, because if this is a dream or an illusion or what, it may or may not be. But
Right.
that's what.
I'm gonna run over to the door then.
There's a weird. I'm assuming it's the door behind the secretary.
And she's like,
There's a weird aura stain,
Yep.
red and shit.
And-
Follow.
I'm imagining shoulder checking the door and quickly remembering I am in a 12-year-old body.
Are you actually doing that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You need a hand with that?
Right. 12. Shit.
What's your physique?
1.
Roll for it.
3.
Yeah, you take 1 point of physical off of that.
I follow and I try the doorknob.
What do you think you two are doing? Yeah, little mister. And that's when you feel like a hand gently kind of grab you from the back of the shirt, kind of lift you up and, put you on the other side of the desk. Are you just full of rambunctiousness? Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, little guy. Here, there you go. And she kind of hands you like a lollipop from the dish. I know what you wanted, some of the sweet stuff.
Yeah. No. Want the lady that's in that room? Thanks.
Oh, I'm afraid that she's in the middle of an appointment. You're going to have to wait your turn.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like she actually wants to be there, so I'm just gonna go over there and make sure that she's all right. You don't mind?
Do mind, because that's not your turn yet. You have to wait.
Right.
And
So
what are you doing again?
I followed and then just tried the doorknob.
And you try the doorknob, it's locked, and the secretary is just looking at you. It's like, no, you have to wait too. What is this? The rules are the rules for a reason. Put your little tukuses back there. The doctor will be with you in a moment.
no. Not happening.
And she kind of goes back and typing, turns on the radio.
Na na. Hey. Na 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 na. Hey. What's on the radio? Is there anything good on the radio?
I
It's doing the thing where it's like hand sneaking up, turns it. She turns it off. Hand comes up, turns it on again.
So what's your name
Hand
again?
goes, turns it off. Beatrice.
Beatrice?
Yes, it's right here.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that.
Are you trying to irritate the crap out of
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sarah and I just go full 12-year-old.
So are you trying to set up a aspect?
I'm trying to set up an aspect of constantly distracted and annoyed.
Okay, roll for that. So
I do not have anything.
I will at fate point to use for that. I guess it would be provoke.
okay.
So 3.
3.
And
Oh,
Sarah's help.
3 is good enough to get a boost.
Okay, so I'm gonna tap that boost, and I'm gonna grab you by the shoulders, the fabric. Sorry about him. Let me just quickly get him out of your way.
Is there or is there not a radio station that actually plays music?
So,
You shush.
so you're pulling him where?
Out of her way
Yeah.
and out of the line of sight,
Okay.
on the other side of the desk.
Oh, we're gonna see if she can.
And I am going to rapport the shit out of that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
So 6 plus the boost equals 8.
6 plus the. Yeah, you're able to do that. You get away with it clean.
And then I'm gonna basically, at this point, just keep chatting around.
Okay, so that works at this point.
Okay?
So what are you guys doing now?
I am distractifying.
Okay, so she is thoroughly distracted.
So me, the doctor, and I'm guessing Sarah.
Yeah.
Just kind of like crouch and go around the desk,
Okay,
away from like the gap where she walks. Go over to.
roll for stealth.
1.
Thoroughly distracted.
Yeah.
So it's
So, do they get a bonus for that?
Yeah, they do. So you guys are able to get through. So
Okay.
she's like, I can't believe, my goodness, how do you put up with them? Oh my lord, what a handful they are. I've got 6 myself. He looks nothing like you. Do you know who the husband is? Or the sire? Oh my god, are they both yours?
Is there a keyhole?
There is a keyhole. Yeah. Yeah, she does not hear that.
It's just like
So one of the questions. So how did you end up working here?
She's like, oh, you know how it is, you know. Yeah, girls gotta make money, and you take any job, and this one wasn't bad. Benefits and this. Had a friend of a friend, pulled some strings, elbow grease, nose to the grindstone, flags up the panty pole, everyone's saluting, you know.
so. I'll look at Sarah and think.
So you sneak in.
Here with me.
You do notice something though. The key that you got looks a little bit more weathered this time. Looks like it's aged, not significantly, but a bit.
Yeah.
It was shiny and new and bright, and now it's dull, like it's been around for a few years.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Just make my way in.
So, in there, in the dentist chair, kind of spread out, almost extended, is it's Melanie. In this world right now, for this, it is exactly how that's done. There are small cages kind of hanging down from the ceiling with various animals in them. They look absolutely miserable, emaciated, poorly fed. She's got like a metal brace holding her mouth wide open and the eyes wide open. There is this tall, slender figure with about 5 or 6 different arms coming out of their sides. It's wearing very much like a doctor's jacket, and instead of fingers and wrists, there's kind of these bloody stumps with bandages around them, and there's various syringes and needles and scalpels. It looks like they were effectively duct tape or stapled or nail gunned into the end of those stumps, and you can see the black kind of Sharpie marks on her body about where he's going to cut, and there's x-rays basically detailing all the parts that are going to come out. And she is just like, she's shaking but she can't really move.
Yeah.
And you can see the look of abject terror coming out.
Okay. So, since I have not been noticed, I'm going to take my aim in its shortened form, and I'm going to stand between said tall man's legs and put the spear down on the ground, and then extend it.
Okay. All right.
Ow.
What? The hell with this guy?
Roll fighting on this one.
Right? Not stealth?
I prefer fighting. It's better than my stealth. 4.
4. You were absolutely successful. You kind of get in between his legs, key it, activate it. It shoots up, and you just hear, "Oh yes, we're going to take a look inside. The precious parts need to be slink, split." The sound of like bones cracking. Oh, that's not right. And then there's the sound of like a gun going off as the body explodes. Make an athletics roll.
2.
2, huh?
Yes.
Okay. You are taking 3 points of physical. You got splattered with that blood full on. It's burning like hell. At first, it's a little twinge and it's sort of like tiger balm burning, but the longer it's on you, it feels like acid is just chewing through you. And when you take a look where it kind of smeared against the wall, against the glass, against some of the cages, it's just devouring straight through them. The fact that it's not eating through you as well as fast as everything else kind of gives you pause, but fuck, it hurts.
Okay, so that is a 4 consequence. Ow. Okay,
It's just a 4 consequence?
Yeah.
I'm completely out of physical stress, and there's only 2, so
Yeah, but that's not how the new system works.
they changed it.
Yep. So you went. So you
All of my stress is filled, so there's a 2 consequence and a 4 consequence. I took 3 points of damage, so the 4 should be the one that gets filled up.
No, you're right. They didn't change it. They changed how the stress worked. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 consequence and a 4 consequence.
No,
No,
just the
just-
4.
Just the one.
So badly burned.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, badly burned.
Sorry. Jean jacket comes off.
Yeah. You hear the gun go off, and you're talking and talking, and you hear the whoop. Like you see the aim shoot up, and you see like the silhouette of it like come through where his neck meets his head, and then the head twist is like, oh, that's not good, and then it's like a bloom
Duck.
splats against the inside of the, and it's just
Say, help Melody out.
and Beatrice is still talking. Oh yeah, health and dental. You would not
Imagining this in the
believe.
back.
It's like you're kind of like watching, as the silhouette battle happens, and she's like, you wouldn't think that a place. I'm not college educated. This is a good job. It is, and the reason I wear the outfit is like I serve people. I'm like a civil servant. I'm not wearing a suit. I'm not imposing my will on people. I'm there to look out for people. And I'm glad that you understand this.
I'm gonna quickly help Melody out.
Okay. Well, I'm actually, she just keeps going on about this as I'm like, as I duck under the thing because it splashes and I don't want to get hit.
It doesn't go through.
Hey, I saw it start exploding. I
Okay,
was being
fair
cautious.
enough.
And then back up. Okay, and hop over the counter and through the door.
Helping Melody out. Ow. Ow. So sorry. Let's never get this off your face here.
Ah. Oh, thank you, Declan.
Don't ask.
What happened?
It's a fucking days. What happened?
Why are you 11?
12? Thanks.
You're so adorable.
Right?
Yeah. And Bird, oh, does it hurt?
Just turn around to the melting wall. Let's have a think about that, shall we?
Oh, God damn it.
Doctor, you alright?
You see, basically, looking down at this, it's the elongated skull on the one side, But you see on the other side, it's also like a human skull, like the Janus faces.
Hmm.
And the spine and the neck look way too long for what it should be. And those arms, those flopping, wriggly, chemical burned arms flailing, you can see the muscles kind of twisting themselves and leaking out. And she's like, "Oh, honey, I don't think he's going to be right for a very long time. Do you have any idea what you've done? Oh, here, you've got a little schmutz on your cheek." And she kind of does the mom thing and wipes the acid off your cheek with her, wetted down, like, hem of her dress.
Thanks. Sarah's outside.
Yeah. And she grabs her, she's like, "No, Declan, do you know what's going on right
Not a fucking clue.
now?" "That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do."
Alright, what's going on then?
Great. What's going on?
You didn't hear this.
I told you I hopped over the counter and went through the
Oh,
door.
okay, sorry. Yes, you do hear this.
So, by the way, seeing as I'm in there, is there a sink? Because it's the dentist office.
Yes, there is a sink.
I turn on the sink,
Okay. Water comes out of the sink.
splash water on the burn wounds.
Ah!
It's melting the walls. Get it off you.
It's not burning me nearly as much, but you added a fucking base to it!
I should make you take another point of damage, but I'm not an asshole.
Howdy.
Actually,
Lucas,
and I'm going
Lucas.
to give you a point for tapping to you having a day. The,
Howdy, Lucas. Howdy.
nice to meet you, Lucas. Is Lucas really Lucas?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
actually
okay.
good. Sarah, come here.
Hi, Mom! And she's like, "Oh, sweetie, how are you?" "I'm
So,
great."
who's this?
Her mom.
"Oh, look at you."
So I'm supposed to just call her Sarah's mom?
I said Melody.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
So
the-
who did
the
you get
player.
to help? That guy. And she points right at Lucas.
Pretty sure Declan helped you up too.
"Yeah, but I didn't call Declan here." And she's like, "Listen, it's
Wait.
complicated. We need to get out of here." Declan signed up for a duel against Megs or Sycorax.
Yeah.
Megs got the short end of the straw.
So my
So,
face.
she's
See,
not
Megs or
fighting?
cigarettes?
Megs.
Next. Alright.
Okay. So here's the deal. They figured the best way to take you out was to pull you in through your dreams.
Ah, that's fun.
I thought.
Sarah is really here. I am really here. We're what you would call bait.
Ah, I see.
So they figured if they trapped us in the dream realm and put you in the dream realm, they would have a better chance of getting rid of you.
So they've already. Alright then. Okay. Good to know.
No, this is not good. We need to get you and us out of here as fast as possible.
Well, yeah, that's the plan. It's
before
just-
we're stuck here forever.
Oh, right.
So, do we go just keep going through doors, or do we fight the ominous black cloud?
She's like, "I've been locked in here for hours, about to be tortured and examined.
Look,
and
if we can
determined
find
without
another, if
any-"
we find another door, I don't know how many more uses this key's got.
Ooh, where did you get that?
Oh, it was given to me. Anyway, it used to be all shiny. Used it on one door. Now it looks a little
Ooh,
kind
yeah,
of tarnished.
let's avoid going.
So-
Let's avoid going to. Let's avoid going to. Too many more doors.
Then there's not simply walk into more doors.
Smack.
Ow, burns. It burns.
It really does.
Why?
Oh, hey, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
What is up?
Right, so
So, super quick summary. Declan is now 12.
you guys are in the
Nope.
chemical burned, blown out dentist's office. You've got a few of those poor animals still left in the cages. That doctor thing is smoldering and rotting down on the floor right now.
Yep.
And Beatrice is still talking as if you were right there in front of her.
Yeah, the weird thing.
Does the doctor?
She's.
Did his jacket also explode, or did it just kind of like rip?
No, it's fine.
Have any like cards, keys, anything like that in it?
I don't know. You have to look.
That is why I'm asking. Because
Okay.
I'm going through his stuff.
Oh, are you? Roll and investigate for this one.
That's where I'm a Viking. 3.
3. Um, you find actually his medical ID card, which has a picture of him smiling awkwardly at the camera, and you can't really read any of the script on the
That
card.
makes sense.
And you find a piece of red chalk, like the kind you would use on the sidewalk. You go through his other pockets, you find a big piece of blue chalk, and you find a small piece of white chalk.
Right, Sarah?
She's like, yeah,
Chalk.
woohoo! Best day ever!
Probably something to do with magic. Just keep it safe.
And that's when Melody kind of reaches over as Sarah's about to take it. And Mommy will hold on to those for you.
Best.
So, why give them to the child?
Because they're both noble mortals. And quite frankly, if they both do magic, of the two of them, from a strictly childlike logical sense, the kid's gonna have use.
Make notice rolls, both of you.
Look, adults will draw sigils, kids will draw doors.
He says I can draw sigils. Not until you're 18.
I said adults draw sigils.
One.
Notice,
Well, you can spend fate on your notice.
Okay, so you guys are both good enough for this. You sense the tremors coming through the floor. They're soft at first, they're beginning to shake, and then it feels like you're kind of caught in the middle of an earthquake. And that's when you see like the outside waiting room, and it starts melting. Not like chemical burn, like wax. The walls, the chairs, the floor.
Are we gonna confront the problem this time?
How would you like to do that?
Yeah, time shenanigans. Actually, it's more dream shenanigans.
Dream time.
Like you said.
I sing at it. I'm trying.
Okay, roll for it.
I am trying to identify the ominous cloud. I get a mere 5.
A mere 5. All right. That ominous cloud is the impression you get from that whatever is. Give me a second. I need to articulate this.
With words, even.
With words, even. Yeah.
Words are important. Allegedly.
For lack of a better word, it's the impression you get is that is effectively Megs. That dark energy isn't just Megs. That's also death. It is incredibly powerful. The impression you get is if somebody took all the most beautiful songs in the world and then took their darker mirror reflections and made those into a symphony, that's what you would be facing. But also through your own experience of mystical music, you were able to kind of discern that she's chasing you. This isn't so much a duel as she's playing cat and mouse. She's trying to catch Declan, you think. And Declan, from the way the music is forming around her, is effectively running towards a finish line that he has to find. So she has to get to that finish line. He has to get to that finish line before she gets to him. This isn't a physical fight or a boss fight. This is a race to the end.
Alright, no, I was wrong.
And I am not repeating all of that in character.
No, shit. Okay, I was wrong. You got a runner. I don't know why I got suckered into your fight, but...
Because I helped you!
Huge.
You said you were Declan. He said you were his best friend.
I don't have many.
Explains a bit.
And Mom said
Oh,
whenever you're
thanks.
and Mom said whenever
You
you're
just said I was your best friend. You call me an asshole on a regular basis.
and
Why you're my best friend?
and Mom said whenever you're in trouble, look for helpers because those are the people who will help. Honey, that wasn't me. That was Mr. Rogers. He's still a lot like Mom.
To be fair, Mr. Rogers is a stand-up guy.
Great.
She kind of makes sense.
You guys figure out a plan. I'm gonna try and distract her.
Right. So we need to continue running. Apparently.
I am going to try and cast basically confusion / disorient on her so she can't find
Go,
Declan as easy.
go for it.
Fuck you, Dex. However, this is my wheelhouse, and I can definitely tap some sort of aspect. So, give me one.
Dark Reflections of Music. Is that what happens to every song featured in a TV show that gets turned out for syndication? Hey! Or
Ooh.
HBO Max, Crave, and Netflix. Come on, it's not just syndication. There are streaming services. It's not 1996 Blockbuster Video. Excuse me, my Gen X is showing. It's been a long day. Alright,
Alright, Hot-Headed Blade Rocker is getting tapped
alright,
for a reroll. So I'm
alright.
gonna make that a +1 instead of a -1, so
Alright.
then I'm at 6.
Well done! It works! Better than you expected.
Oh!
She is incredibly distracted. Her attention is fragmented in 1, 2, 3, 4 different directions. The acid actually stopped. Acid was kind of like drip, 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 drip. Everything was melting like wax really quickly. It's still melting, but more slowly. And that's when you kind of look around, and you notice not one Declan. You notice 3 adult Declans.
Where's the kid, Declan?
No, the kid Declan has been turned into adult Declan. And Sarah's been turned into adult Declan.
Oh.
And Melanie has been turned into adult Declan. And you catch a glimpse of your own reflection in the pane glass window. You are now also adult Declan.
I said disorient, not...
I am
Plum.
a handsome bastard.
Mom, I'm an adult. I can draw sigils. No, you can't. No, you aren't.
Which two are saying that?
Uh,
And which
Sarah
one-
and Melanie.
Well, yes, I know that.
I've got a dingle dong. Look at it. Put it back.
To be fair,
This is my daughter. There is no to be fair.
I'm just saying, you haven't looked and you're fighting the urge. I'm just.
She's giving you the mom eyes right now.
So I can identify which one is which now.
Yeah, for the most part.
All right, look, we have to get going.
Okay.
Is
Someone make sure just not to leave me behind. I don't want to find out if she just murderizes me.
sure thing, Declan.
So the walls are melting a little bit more slowly, but they are melting all
Grab
the way.
like a stool or something like that from the thing, and just actually start going like hitting the melting wall, like kind of hooking and then pulling down because
and
it's like melting, right? So it
Yeah.
should be fairly easy to just kind
yeah,
of
and as you do, the chair starts melting along with it, and there's literally nothing on the other side.
Okay, right. So good news. We don't go this way. We now know a direction not to go.
So smart.
It's actually just a matter of thinking positively at this point.
All right, so what do we do?
So, were there any races on Distractify, or was it just basic?
I know you got one race.
Alright, so there's two things that can be spent?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Good thing.
effectively at this stage, Mags doesn't know which of you is the real one.
So with a 5 notice, I'm looking for a way out.
You do not see any.
Because now that I can, see over the counter.
Yeah, you don't see any doors. You don't see any windows. No staircases. Just a lot of. Right now, there's still a lot of vacant wall space with melting around the edges from the entrance.
It's a dream.
Yeah, I know.
You got chalk.
Just look at Melody. We need a door.
I'm Sarah.
We need a door.
Okay.
Preferably one without a keyhole.
Okay.
Pick a wall.
Okay, that one.
You're the one with the magic.
Yeah. And she hands you the chalk. But this is your dream we're stuck in.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, you have to beat her. If we beat her
Right,
for you,
right,
it doesn't
right.
count.
Fine.
Why are you doing it like that, Declan?
Because Hobbit doors are a lot more easy to use.
Yeah, the door should be blue. See, that's much better, right?
Right, yep.
Yeah, it's a happier color.
I am glad there are no clouds in the stream.
Opens.
Right.
Literally like a dream.
All right, I'm gonna back to the door, and I'm gonna stay on the melting side for now, and keep an eye on how far that melting is progressing. And when it gets close to the edge of the door, I'm hopping through. But I'm gonna stay. I'm basically trying to slow Megs down.
Okay, right now, half of the room is, like, half of the entire room that you guys are in, the office, is gone.
Great. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let them go through, and then
Yeah.
I'm standing back to the door. And when it gets too close to the edge, I'm hopping through.
Okay, sounds great.
I'm trying to slow Megs down.
Okay,
Alright, so going through.
going through. The other two are going with you. And at this point, crack dice. One large ribbon, probably about 4 feet wide, kind of shoots from the black expanse directly at you. Make an athletics roll. It is moving like not like a whip, but more like a snake. Like there's some intelligence behind its movements.
Oh, like you were attacked by a ribbon by a kung fu movie.
4.
Exactly. 4.
I'll leave it as alone for now.
It wraps around your left leg, and it goes up to the knee, and it is tight. It snugs in like just
Like a toiter.
yeah, and it starts twisting and trying to pull you back down. It's trying to pull you out of the door and into that blackness, which is the room kind of melting around. Right now, there's the doorway room. There's where the desk was, where Beatrice works, and everything else is melting into wax, into oblivion.
I take my aim and I try and cut the ribbon.
Okay, roll for it, please. Fight.
What? Fight? Okay. Three.
You're able to cut through half of it. It releases a hiss. Make a will roll. It is a high, piercing, screaming wail.
I do not like that. I got nothing I can think of to tap for that,
Okay.
so I'm stuck with a 1.
Okay. Good news is you are able to wrestle free from it, because when you did cut through of it, it released its hold.
Mm-hmm.
So you're able to shimmy back, pull yourself through the door, and the door would eventually close when you get through the door, it would.
Keep it shut.
Yeah. However, you are taking 3 points of mental stress from that shriek.
Fuck.
They're playing for keeps.
Hopefully that slows her down a bit. I'm just gonna turn around, see what's going on the other side of the door.
The other side of the door is really fairly simple. It's effectively a large hexagonal room, honey-colored carpet. There is an 80s style turntable in the one corner, beside an Atari and a ColecoVision hooked up to an old school 80s
Hey, look, there's a bunch of old stuff.
TV set.
Fuck.
There is a
Everybody.
beige sofa with the really kind of, you know,
Look, I'm just not that into you.
Not what I meant, you know it.
and there's a couple of posters on the wall. And there's about 7 or 8 different doors. Nothing ordained. They just all have keyholes and all look like, you know, typical doors from an 80s house.
No keyholes?
Yeah, all the doors have keyholes.
Fuck.
And the one Declan turns to the other Declan. I was like, Mom, look at this. This is so cool. It's
Oh.
like ancient.
Oh.
What is this? This looks like is this like an Xbox? It's only got one button. That's so dumb. Who are these guys? Oh, like, are these like a rock band?
We can leave her behind.
and the other Declan is doing the mom thing where she's trying so hard not to laugh. Look at this guy. He looks like Dad when he was younger. She's like, no, he never did. Father never was that cool. Believe me, I knew him from those days.
Right. Yeah. Go and try a door.
It's locked.
At home
Try
sense
another door.
magic.
Also locked.
So I'm going to try all of the doors to see if
They're all locked.
I'm humming sense magic.
Okay.
6.
You are definitely getting sense magic. You are sensing so much magic. You're sensing it off the posters, off the doors, off the ColecoVision, and you're getting a couple different flavors. The doors all kind of have like, lack of a better word, kind of like a scratchy kind of itchiness surrounding them. The posters,
All the doors?
all the doors. The ColecoVision and the Atari and the TV seems to be a little bit more mellow. The rock posters seem to be a little bit more soothing. And that's when the TV comes on, and you can see Mags there, and she's got her like big goggles on her brow and is wearing her top hat with the ribbons hanging out there. You can see a little bit of blood coming out of her nose. You know. And she's like, "Hi guys, having fun?"
You realize this puts you in breach of your contract, right?
No, it doesn't, because we're having the duel right now.
Duel was a week from now, you fancy tart.
How long do you think you've been asleep, idiot?
Oh, so you attacked me before the actual thing happened.
Nah, you just don't remember yet.
Uh-huh. You realize when I get out of this, I'm stabbing you in the throat.
If you get out of it, and you're not gonna get out of it.
Uh-huh.
But hey, funny thing.
Go
Well-
over and stab the TV. Shut up.
You hear that one duck? No, I wanted to play on the Xbox.
Okay, first of all, that thing is not an Xbox. That is an Atari. Xbox wouldn't exist for that. Disrespect.
My Gen X heart is proud. Your heart's revenge. All the way.
So, I start looking at the door. It's like, right. Arm's way out.
They're scratchy.
What?
So couldn't sense any magic in the tree room. Everything here is magical, but the doors have like a weird scratchy feel.
When you say Lynchian, is it really? And when you say logic, is it really?
What? Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Scratchy like how? Like staticky.
Yes, no?
Yeah. For you, the best way to describe it is like you're listening to a really good song on a record, and then somebody drags the needle across it, and then drags it back and puts it back on the song.
Um. Thanks, Vex. Really needed the audio demonstration of what was
You
going
are
through my head.
welcome.
It hurts.
Yeah, I know. That's
Okay, so you know when you're listening to like the old music shit the hipsters like, and someone bumps the table, and the stick moves in the back.
Wow. Okay, first of all, it's called a record player. You bloody bint. Secondly, you know what it's called. Third, when the arm holding the needle goes across the record, it causes it to scratch. Is that what you're trying to get at?
That's what I'm saying.
Can anyone spot the millennial in this game?
Oh, I did that on purpose.
I don't know if that was the character or
Yes.
the player.
Yes.
And I'm equally horrified.
Oh, it was totally the character being a shit.
Yeah, huh?
I know it's called a record.
Liquors. So, right, static. So,
More painful than staticky.
can you stabilize it?
Maybe, but I don't know if these are...
Okay.
They're all the same. There's nothing different about any of them. Might be a different way up.
Right.
So, the electronics all had the same feel. They were kind of
Right.
mellow. The poster
Designed to keep in,
was calming.
yeah, calming, mellow, designed to get someone to relax so they linger.
Yeah.
Right. So, doors are a wee bit static. If they've been stretched out, which means there's one door among these ones that is actually real and the rest of them are illusion.
Mom, what's this? It's a Twinkie and no, you can't have it. But it's a dream Twinkie. You still cannot have it.
Dream Twinkies are
Do you
far
remember?
worse.
Do you remember the Dream Lemonade?
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so gross.
It's actually a good call for dealing with real world Twinkies, honestly.
The other duck looks at you and gives you the bone.
Honestly, I think cinematically the best iteration of a Twinkie was in the second Ghost Rider movie when was it Blackout?
Mm-hmm.
Everything he touched decayed because every time he tried to eat, like he'd pick up an apple, rots. Pick up a sandwich, rots. Twinkie, nothing. He just eats it. Yeah, Twinkies. Not gonna rot. Right. So I'm gonna try opening my site to look at the. It's kind of like the room. So like put my back to the wall and kind of scan it to see if I can spot something.
Twinkies
So
with the spirit of
investigate with
America.
so I will
in
investigate
form.
with my site.
Okay.
I'm gonna start looking for a door or something that is not quite so obvious.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Well, first I'm gonna check and see if the cabinets go anywhere funny.
Okay.
3.
At first glance, the doors look identical. Second glance, as you start using your sight, It's since you're using your sight from inside of a dream, it's weird for you. It's wobbly. That's the best way to describe it. You're getting a feeling you figure out doors are in fact different, but in very minute ways. And you don't get a vision, but you get this kind of feeling, sort of like yogurt running down a really hot door. And then it kind of comes to you, you know where you've seen these doors before. They're they're doors to they're doors from your elementary school. That's why they all look almost identical. But there are slight differences between them. And you know that you had like there was one class that you absolutely loved, and you're like, it's the door to that class, but you're having the hell of a time remembering which class it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all very very similar,
Mhm.
but you're like, no, they're one of these is the right door,
Right, yeah.
but I just can't.
All right. So
I have to figure out which door relates to me the most.
Which one feels like me as a person? No.
Yeah, no, that's effectively it.
that was
I'm checking the cabinet doors.
so that
open.
was that was
Close.
math class. She can go fuck herself. Science class, social studies. All right. English class. God, that sucks. Anyway,
For me, it was history class. Just sorry. Mrs. Crook. Oh,
What?
yeah.
my English teacher was a gymnast.
Everyone in my
Mine-
school was in
mine was a fencer.
love. All the IB students were in love with the history teacher. Not one of my teachers.
You actually do open up the cabinets, and you see cookies. You see gingerbread cookies and shortbread cookies and brownies, all in the cellophane wrappers, filled in the cabinets. And that's when they start looking at you. You see the little eyes kind of popping open, and the eyelids wake up, and the eyes kind of swivel and they kind of shuffle around the cellophane, kind of looking up at you. And the box of Twinkies, you see kind of ripped from the inside, and there's two large eyes on the inside of it, kind of like looking around and getting their surroundings, this kind of thing.
Hi. Bye. Let's go.
And that's when you hear, rustling from behind there, and one of the ducklings says, "Is everything okay? What's going on behind? What's in the cabinets?"
Cookie eyes?
Oh, nice, Mom. Can I? No, but no. If I no, but you said mm.
Cookie eyes.
And that's when you hear them, like you hear like pounding from the inside of the cabinet. You hear it too.
Okay. So let's see here. It's,
Oh yeah, I mean Twinkies do have a little bit of that American pastry form, though it's not really pastry. It is a
Pastry.
form. It's more like a tube within a tube.
Extruded goo.
so
It's true. Good.
I will roll to. I don't know what a
Remembery
I
roll?
don't know what a remembery roll. Am I investigating my own memories?
War.
Lore.
Lore? Because that's fake.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be. Like,
Just trust me on this.
I got one.
One.
I mean, that's like academics.
That would be the same.
Yeah, fair enough.
You have a very strange memory. You know this memory is your memory, but you have no recollection of it. You see a big black leather-bound tome with thick pages that are wide open.
Hmm.
You see an old man's finger being dragged across the lines. And you see your name written there. And it was then that Declan remembered Mrs. Monroe's class, the English class that whisked him off his feet, where she taught his very first, and just those letters just hit you one after another. D-E-C-T, and all in like typewriter font. I-V-E-S-T-O-R-Y. She taught you your first detective story. She broke with the curriculum. And that's when your love of all things detective first came into your life.
Yes, Monroe. Right.
And that's when the memory kind of fades. But you're a little, something happened when you had that memory. There's just something that's not, and you're jarred. Sort of like you saw something, but you're pretty sure you shouldn't have been able to see it.
Yeah. Okay. This way. Go to Miss Ryan. Go to the English class door. Please hold.
And so you open it.
Mhm.
So the door, you insert the key, twist it, and as you do, the cabinets burst open. The cookies are just flooding down with arms and legs and little mouths armed with spears made out of toothpicks, little gumdrop clubs, with different chocolate spikes on them, and these cookie pastry abominations with their little lollipop shivs and glaives and helmets made out of like hot milk chocolate come charging and releasing like these feral battle cries, which would normally sound, but considering they're this big, it's like they're piling out, and the one duckling's like, "Mom, they're so cute." She's like, "They're still dangerous." She's like, "Okay, honey, off you go." "No, Mom, I want you to go first." Like, she's like, "Sarah, just go inside." Like, "Mom, I
Sarah.
need." She's like, "Okay, okay, okay." So, and she actually turns into Sarah as she jumps through the door, and you hear that magical.
Right. Come on then.
I really hope that was a proof of waking up.
So what are you doing? You're poofing?
I'm waiting for the mom to go through.
No, Lucas, you go. You've already done enough. I need somebody to look after Sarah.
Shouldn't that be you,
It will be. Go through.
Declan?
I can pick Melody up. Let's go.
Alright. Go through.
But you like Miss Monroe. She was nice.
She's like, "I'm so sorry about this, Declan."
That what?
And that's when you feel sharp pain in the back of your back. And she kind of slides down. She's like, "Didn't have a choice. They were gonna kill Sarah. They knew too much about us. They still have her staff, and they said if I helped them, then they'd let us go and they'd leave us alone."
You know they're lying, right?
The Fae don't lie.
They're not Fae.
And yes, we do.
And she just kind of does you, and she's like, "What have I done?"
You stabbed me in the back so you can help me through the door.
She kind of takes 2 steps. She's like, she reaches over, pulls out the knife.
Oh. Please don't take this the wrong way, but
She's like, "I deserve that.
yep, let's go.
I'm probably a lot more."
Let's go.
Oof.
The door, close it behind me.
Oof. You rode through the door?
Mhm.
Okay, so you wake up, and first thing you notice is you're upside down. You're in a cocoon of yarn. like the only thing that's like revealed is your face, and facing you is Lewis. Declan,
Luke?
Hope,
Ow.
Hope,
Ow.
you okay?
Why am I upside down? Lewis.
It was Bab's idea. Traditional healing remedy for somebody trapped in a dream.
Cool.
And also we had to vacuum.
That makes sense. There it is.
Babs! Hazel White!
Am I bleeding?
Mm-hmm. From the back.
Yeah.
You're also burned pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know, so I got a black eye.
Oh, and you had no stress boxes left when you took that stab wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I was stabbed in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind get me the hell out of here so I can, possibly get patched up? I'm pretty sure it hit wrong.
Okay, Babs. You kind of look around from side to side. That's when you wake up, suspended, upside down. You see Lewis pass by, kind of grabs you, pushes you off to the side so he can get to the door. And as he does, you kind of swing back and forth.
Traditional healing therapy for people trapped in a dream.
That's when you're there. You're seeing Lucas, but Lucas is kind of like one moment there, swinging up way. Next moment there,
You know about
swinging
this
up way.
traditional therapy is gonna make me vomit.
I got stabbed in the lung. Probably gonna die one day.
You here, Frozen? Oh, you're up! Oh God! Oh, thank Declan, buddy. Oh, I was worried about you.
Roy,
How you doing? How you doing? Talk to me.
I was stabbed in the back. I need to get down because I can still feel myself bleeding.
Yeah. Lewis is getting. You'll be down in a second.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez, we're lucky we found you, you guys. You guys were laid out in the middle of a fucking ditch. If it wasn't for that one rose, we never would have found you guys. Listen, the city is going to shit. We'll talk later. Babs, she's like,
What? Why were we in a ditch?
Megs.
Babs, I'm like, oh, you're away. Good for you. Look at you.
Stabbed. Sweet.
Yeah.
Babs.
She kind of spins you around. Like,
Ah!
oh, they got you right in the. Oh boy, right in the. Oh, God, wiggles the finger.
Ah!
Does it really hurt?
Yes,
like
it
that?
does!
Ah, boy, they did a number of them. Jeez. Ah,
I'm
you,
losing a bit of blood here.
Lewis, do you mind? He's like, I'm on it. Slink, cuts the arm, drops the cocoon. He cuts you out, and she's kind of help him to a table, put him on a table, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. Okay. She's like, I've got just the thing. Don't you move. And Roy, get Lucas down. He's probably getting all head spinny from bouncing around. So they get you down, and you're kind of sitting in the chair. So, and she's like, they make you a cup of tea, and they get you some cookies, a little brownie.
I'm getting the PG.
And they look very similar to the ones in the dream. She puts them on a plate and just slides them towards you. Oh.
Oh, that was not invisible to the camera. So.
Poking cookies. Good therapy should make you mama. Let a little expel the demons.
I
So
mean,
you took the knife to the back. Babs, good news, knows exactly how to fix this.
Oh, good.
So she pours a solve into it, and then sews it back up. Literally sews it back up with the dream yarn.
Yeah.
And then puts a poultice over it. Good news is that is healing nicely. It will take a couple of days, but you'll be as right as right.
Mhm.
If you were a human, you would be dead by now. Outright. Bad news is the wood spots on your shoulder and your arm, they've increased significantly. Your left 3/4 of your left arm and forearm are oak right now. You can still move them, but they're oak and it feels stiff, weird.
Babs.
Yeah,
Do you think if I cloned someone, they'd get the same thing?
probably not.
Why would there be an upside to this?
We need to have a talk.
I need to finish a fight.
Uh,
No, I'd really like to know what's going on with the woodlands.
Poison? Clearly.
Poisoned. Definitely. So, boys, have a seat. Have a cuppa.
I do not like this going.
We
This
need to
is
have a
very-
little conversation. There's some things you should know. You've been asleep for a little while.
Yeah.
And, well, first of all, how do I put this mildly? You're turning into trees.
Yeah, I already knew that.
She says, you're a lot further ahead than you should be. It was probably the stab in the back.
Am I also a lot further ahead than I should be?
No, you're exactly on track for where you should be.
That makes sense.
Right. Okay.
Declan is probably about 8 months ahead of you in terms of this.
Oh, jeez.
Right, so...
So we need to fix this soon?
Yeah.
I
you do
can't
not
really
have a
afford
lot
to
of
not
time.
have a hand.
Alright, that's fine. We will fix it as soon as I stab Mags in the fucking throat.
About that, we received this a few moments ago before you. And she pulls out like a large black letter sealed with red wax, and it's addressed to Mr. Declan Esquire Street. Beautiful illuminated scroll.
With the fancy.
Open it up.
Reading it?
Mhm.
My dearest Declan, and partner in this battle against the witches, I commend you under tremendous success. You have both thwarted and stopped Mags, rendering her attempt to end your life null and void, and proving that you won the contest of wills, as I knew. I am very proud to have fought alongside with you, and glad that you took the brunt of this in the foray against them. The wand shall be safe within our hands. As per our original agreement. Yada yada yada. At your discretion, at your leisure, we will resume our duel to the death. In order to sign, warmest regards and wishes, Stephen.
Wait, he's referring to himself? I thought he got pissy and that was the whole reason we called him that.
But Stephen was in quotes because that's how he referred to him.
It's also a name that we can. It's also a name that someone can call him without invoking his true name.
Yeah.
Right. Then there's that.
And there's one more. Focus on the TV. Hey, guess what's happening this week? Tier 2, Battle of the Bands. Little bit this time. Surprise mystery guest judges all the way from Japan have been brought in to evaluate this round of event going on, and it is Moxie.
Yeah, I gathered.
And he is listening from the Ivory Dragons, #1 boy band. He lists the lead singer, and then there's a couple others. There's like a few other bands you've never heard of, like Sonic Distortion, and another one which is Boom Boom Kaboom, and they're all different like themed bands, but they've got something in common, and both of you recognize this right off the bat. Each of the members that they selected to be a judge is definitely a nightmare. And they each have a a green jade insignia on their outfit. It's basically, it's sort of like Shazam. You know how the Romans have got the things to hold the capes in place?
Yeah.
Those.
Okay.
Except theirs are jade. And if you weren't nightmares, you would totally miss these. But you get the feeling that something is up. They're not just bringing in surprise judges from popular bands overseas. Something is definitely shaking and going down.
You know, you gotta hand it to him. not many people can pull off a tuxedo blazer tie and a wife beater underneath it and have it look relatively
And thus far, no one has.
no. I mean, it seeing Moxie dressed like that, you just kind of go, yup, and then you move on with your day. Like, it doesn't stand out because it's him.
Because it's him.
Yeah.
Winter Knives versus Bloody Thorns, round 2.
Of course I'm fading the Rose team when my arm's fucked up.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not all. I don't know if you heard about Winter Knives. Merch, merch, merch. Who's got the merch? Check out our new merch buddies.
Why don't you go to the undermarket, see if we can get like a salve to get the feeling back and go.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Help if I knew what the heck did it.
The merch bunnies are 4 of the senior women in your apartment. They've got Winter Knives. I love them. They're my best team. My grandson loves them. They know how to rock and roll.
Lucas,
They've got sex appeal up to their championships.
they knitted a microphone cozy. You have to get one.
I've been rocking out since the Sex Pistols were just firing blanks, and I gotta say that nobody knows how to cut twice as deep as a winter knife. And she's like flashing devil signs. And there you go, the battle of grandmas of rock and roll endorsing the Winter Knives.
That's it. Mrs. Abernathy. Love that woman. She's amazing. I don't care what anyone says. That is the coolest old woman ever.
The promo is them, like, the commercial ends with them getting on their Harleys and, like, revving up and going off, and the Harleys leaving a trail of flame.
I actually buy that. Mrs. Abernathy told me she had a low rider once.
I was feeling this. Yeah.
Thank you.
So Lewis takes you.
Geminian.
Lewis will eventually take you guys both aside once you've had time to relax and, you know, collect yourselves. And he's like, don't want to worry you guys, but things are getting really weird out there. And he goes over how it's like, yeah, weirder. The Queen of Dolls, she's taken over the one northeast section completely. He's listed different parts of this city, and he's like, we're even banding together with the Roses and the Filthy to push these fuckers out, and it's hard going. We're making them bleed for every inch of land they're taking, but they're taking territory.
I was thinking about this.
What about the ley lines?
We've fortunately been able to block off the ley lines. The Roses have got one of them closed down. The 5th have completely sealed off the other one, and we've got patrols running from every member of the court on the 3rd. But it's only a matter of time. We can't fight a war on all these fronts.
Right. So we fight it different.
Yeah.
And our apartment?
It's still there. It's still there. We've heard rumors that somebody's coordinated that there's a Uber Council General or somebody that we haven't been able to find. Somebody's coordinated them, which is not normal for them. But yeah, this is all the lore we have, all the stories. The members hate each other, but there's one member of each council who keeps everybody in check. So the rules. We haven't been able to find this guy or woman or thing.
No, they definitely seem to hate each other. I mean, Daffodil was trying to get Steven killed.
Yeah, and Lewis just kind of slams it down, but it's different now. They're behaving. They're attacking one another for territory, but they're also coordinating when they do it. The territory they're taking isn't just free space, it's from everybody. And we haven't been able to stop them.
Right, so we gotta find out who their man on the inside is.
The Filth have got no clues. The Roses are still working on it. We've sent our best spies to figure it out.
Oh, wait, the man on the inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who that is.
It's like, you what?
Hold on a second, I got a sketch of him. Pockets, checking all the pockets.
Yeah,
Piece of paper.
you're a '90s rocker boy. You got tons of rock pockets, and
Uh.
and no feet, only in rubble, and muscles, lots of muscles, oversized
You
muscles,
have so many pouches.
and zipples.
Because I'm still dressed for the goddamn interview.
It's just like we were drawn by Liefeld. Just get the damn thing out.
Trying to find it.
You're saying old women riding Harleys and claiming to be rock stars. Okay, I see it twice. Okay, I went to Collingwood during their Elvi festival. That is the plural of Elvis because there's more than just one, and no one told me there was an Elvi festival. I thought it was just Collingwood. I've never been so scared in my life.
Yeah.
This isn't civilized like Arkansas. This is rural Ontario. It gets weird out here. And I found out they're funded by the government. Figure that one out for me.
Collingwood or the Elvis?
Yes. The Elvi Festival is funded by the federal government.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Moving on.
I would like to pull a picture out.
Okay.
This guy.
That fucking guy.
Yep. That fucker.
Hang on. Go through my wallet. Gave me his business card.
You threw it out.
Did I?
You did.
I remember taking it.
Yeah, I know. I've been keeping track of those, and I even referenced them in
Okay.
games.
All right. I thought I thought I kept it. You said I throw it out.
Yeah, you did.
Babs,
Yeah.
if I try to read my own history, is that going to cause me a headache?
That sounds like a headache.
she's like, headache? No. It's You could get stuck in your own memories,
Shit.
or just have a migraine.
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because we know who the Lunar Council's been using as a coordinator.
Or
You do.
Yeah, he handed me you remember me telling you that guy that was trying to hire me as an assassin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
guy.
putts.
Yeah, that guy. He handed me a business card, but I
How
thrown
do
it
you
away.
know this?
So the person who was interviewing me somehow found out that he was the spy insider, and they were sending assassins after her, which is how we ended up with Frozen Time and Tree People.
Babs is just looking at you with a shit-eating grin. It is going from cheek to cheek.
Babs, the last time you grinned like that, the Renaissance happened. So you want to
Lewis, pay up. Lewis goes over, pulls out like a small leather satchel heavy with coins, hands it to Babs.
why do you bet against her, man?
I told you he was useful.
Fuck you, Lewis!
I thought it was a sure thing, Roy. Hey, like, come on, it's Rockstar. What if they ever contributed anything? No offense, but I mean, their biggest competition was named after an elk that wears sweaters, and that was like
He is not my biggest competition. He's the asshole who drives away the crowds. And therefore my money.
It was like 50-50 tops. It was sorry, Lewis. I knew you. Did you?
I'm glad someone did.
To answer your question, you reading your own memories has been done before, but you have to be careful, or you can get somebody to read them for you.
Let's do that then.
All right.
Because yeah, he did give me his business card, but he was pots. So throw it out.
The Lunar Council is very good at what they do for a reason. Well done, Lucas. Well
Thanks.
done.
So
Yeah.
how do we do this then?
She gets on the phone. Madeline! Hi! Yeah, it's Babs. Uh-huh. Listen, we need somebody with, yeah. Yeah, because no, we found out who's coordinating them. It's just we need a little precognition going on. Postcognition, yes. Yeah. Alright, alright. Yes, I understand. I understand. We will not kill him.
Oi!
What?
No, not you. No, I know. He can come to the house. We will be on our best behavior. Absolutely. Absolutely. He does know the rules of protocol and etiquette. Okay, thanks, Madeline. Thank you. No, we'll get to the bottom of this. Yeah, I will. I'll pass him. Jesus. Okay. She's sending Morris.
Who's Morris?
And that's when you hear the collective groan for both Lewis and Roy. They're like, oh, not fucking Morris. I hate that guy.
You know the do you know that meme of where someone says something and then there's a guy that goes, actually, what it actually is this.
Yeah.
And he just repeats exactly what you just said, but with a slight twist to it. That guy. Dialed to 11 and given Fey magic.
So
And
you
ever-
don't need me here.
And
for
ever
this,
since
do you?
he said he's got this girlfriend in Canada, oh, he's become impossible. I tell you, that's not a real thing. Oh no. He's like he's become way more impossible since she's come around. Nobody has a girlfriend in Canada.
I thought the Roses weren't allowed to leave the city. I thought their court was like, no, you can't leave.
He's not a rose.
Then why is the Rose sending him?
He's more like a rose. What would you say, Roy? When you have something annoying that won't go away, pet. He's more like a rose pet. Here.
But
Luke.
as long as he, if he, I love hospitality, etiquette,
I know.
all that aside,
We
it'll be
know.
fine. It'll be fine. But he steps out of line once, he's gone through the window, and I will happily replace that window lamps.
Oh, you will have to. These are not cheap, you know.
I put them in. I know.
Boys, it's Morris. We will be on our best behavior, and we will treat him with every dignity and respect he does not deserve, and he will go away twice as fast. Yes, mother. Yes, mom. Yes, mom. Rawr, you know, look at you. And Lewis kind of gives you, oh, good job.
Ow. Okay, I did not get as beat up as Declan.
Mm-hmm.
I still got injured.
Mm-hmm.
I got beat up by a bear with a pocket knife.
Tell me you kicked his ass.
No.
He ran away.
To be fair, reality started to kind of collapse and swirl around, and I saw a door and I went for it.
And the bear was going down the funnel.
So they start like sitting down, having their tea, listening to you talk. And that's when you see the next page being turned over. Well, I see it. They see it. That next page being turned over, and the leather volume being slammed shut. And you hear an old man's voice. Well, my boy. Oh, sorry, not my boy. Well. Looks like the next chapter is about to begin, and you need to get ready to start writing your own part. The book can only do so much. But for another time. That's when the camera pans out. The credits start to roll, and halfway through rolling, they stop, and YouTube comes on. You see, Area 51 was not as much as an urban myth as people expected. I know what you're supposing, but the truth is far stranger than reality. What people mistake as aliens are, in fact, behold, fairies. Yes, man's natural predator. 4 wings,
little fairies, but magic of pure evil, as seen in issue 14 of Justice League meets the Queen of Fables.
That was random.
That was Morris.
I'm pretty sure.
Fact or fiction, written by Morris. Choreographed by Morris. Music by Casio and Morris. Directed by Morris. Artistic direction, Morris.
Question.
Could have been worse.
Why is Morris referring to the Fae as fairies and as little people with wings if he's actually interacting with them?
Oh. You guys will figure this out in game, but I will tell our viewers this. Very compound. Yeah. So, Morris was a sighted who didn't know he was a sighted, who started making these videos. And the Roses did not like these videos being made, so they sent two nightmares to deal with Morris. And they may have kind of underestimated. Because they did deal with Morris. But Morris, in being dealt with, struck a bargain with them. And they thought, okay, well, we'll just agree to this. He'll go away and stop being a problem. And then they realized something. And they couldn't get rid of him as part of their bargain. So effectively, Morris is to these Fae what the Fae are to normal mortals. He's irritating. They can't get rid of him. He's protected by the contract, and he knows too much. So, if they release him into the wild, he'll just cause more problems and do more damage. But if they give him a loft apartment with the Roses and keep an eye on him, then
If he's excited, wouldn't they have just, like, gang pressed him out the way they normally do?
he struck a deal with two young nightmares who were not as wise
As they thought they did.
as they would.
So, question.
Yes.
Why don't they want us to kill him?
He's really irritating. And that would kind of,
So why don't they want us to kill him?
Well, I mean, right now he's coming into Bab's house.
love hospitality. And
Yeah, but I mean, if he breaks that.
If he breaks it, oh, absolutely. As I said, if he steps out of line once, he's going through a window. He made a deal with the Roses.
but the Roses also have deals with the Blades,
Yeah.
which vis-a-vis he's kind of sort of protected under. I mean, the last time he visited Babs, he tried really hard to make a good impression and brought her a tea set. A vintage 1964 Star Trek, the original series. The teapot was in the shape of the Enterprise, and the teacup mugs, one was Bones, one was Kirk, one was Spock, one was... So,
I mean, it's kind of cute.
it was cute. They were true 60s knick-knack paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And they did have a certificate of authenticity. And they were absolutely hideous. And Babs hates them. But because they were a gift given in good faith, she can't just get rid of them.
Yeah, it's also one of those things where he actively went out of his way to find a gift and spent a fair chunk of money because it's a collector's item on a gift, thinking that it was a good thing. Now, regardless of whether or not she likes it, the effort involved into finding said gift also goes a long way. So, like, thank you so much for the YouTube chat. I love you so much. Want you have a seat? Oh no, we won't be using these. We would stain them. I'm just gonna put the tea over here in real cups.
By the way, when I say stain them, to them is the tea.
Louise, do you know who you remind me of?
I do want to
It's
interrupt here
Lewis.
though, but that's really more of a Rose attitude towards presents than.
Babs is very, very old school, and also she's learned. And yes, you're absolutely right. that is more of a Rose philosophy. But what makes Babs want to contact people is she can speak the Rose language the way they do.
So why the fuck am I one?
You're about to find out next game.
Nothing bad will happen.
Because does Morris want to speak to you?
A legendary rock star and a liaison to my most noble court. This will be the entry for the ages. This is when I make it big. Because you, like me, are an outcast. You are a rock and roller with a heart of gold. And I...
You know, music success relies entirely on not being an outcast.
That's what the media wants you to think. If you saw episode 41 of my series, The Great Musical Conspiracy, starting with Frank Sinatra and ending with Bill Forme, you would understand this.
It's not so much of a conspiracy, really. He just had mob ties.
Oh God. Okay.
So how many fake points do you think I'm gonna get for hot-headed next game?
Oh, I have a picture. It's just gonna be like the forefront is gonna be like the tea set.
Where's the nearest toilet to swirling the spot in? Like,
I would actually just picturing it's mostly just gonna be like him sitting at the tea table with me, like doing the whole reading the past thing. Babs is gonna be there guiding, and it's just he's gonna keep talking, and in the background it's just gonna be you approaching with various implements of destruction, and just like Lewis pitch you up into another room.
hey Morris,
Yes.
do you remember when you wanted to start a band with that Russian guy you swore was a musician?
Oh yes, Boris. He was a true musical troubadour and an equestrian.
No, he was not a troubadour. A sousaphone is not really a thing.
He was going to take me bareback riding.
No, no.
Ooh.
And we explained this to you before.
You said nobody. I said it's ridiculous because it would require so much lube.
Ah. The band was going to be called Morris and Boris. When he said bareback riding, the picture of the
Well, he
album had Morris in
I'm
between.
pretty sure he meant bareback, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Different kind of bear.
yeah.
Yeah, part of our contract is we have to protect Morris. The worst part is that includes from himself. That's a full-time job.
Gets hit by a truck. Oh no. Why did you stop him? Oh, there's a bunch of wrought iron in the back. I tried getting closer to it. I just couldn't.
Guys, don't worry. I'm still alive. I'm
Again.
still good.
No, he's in the street. Just keep backing up. You've got plenty of room, son.
Oh, it's almost like I
Go with what
can
you feel.
still hear him. We
The greatest Spider-Man story ever told was by Bruce Wayne.
And on that,
You see, Batman was the hero that Peter Parker always wanted
I
to be.
said, and on that note.
Don't weep for me, Argentina, for I will sleep for Tony Stark.
So
Episode
tune in
6.
next week with your aspirin. And some, they broke my leg. Someone carried me to the hospital. Somebody help me! I think my legs are very badly broken, and it's starting to smell like almonds, and I don't think that's good.
oh no, we'll have to put him down.
To be fair, Morris. So I play a lot of Phasmophobia with the same crew, and one day we came up with the idea of the intern because we had a bad game. We kept making mistakes, so we started blaming the intern Morris. And literally, this is where the Morris mythology comes from. So it's like, God damn it, Morris, stop eating your chicken wings on the keyboard. There's gravy stains everywhere. Wait, how come we don't have any crucifixes? Morris, where's the You didn't. Yes, the gumball machine is very fetching. It adds a lot to morale. We need those to stop the. That's where the money. How much did that thing cost? Son of a bitch, I'll kill him. I'll absolutely fucking kill him.
Okay, first of all, guys, these chicken wings were half price,
Oh.
and this genius does not run on fumes. It runs on chicken wings. So if you want me helping you find your ghosts, then it requires.
I may actually hire you to do the Morris show. Guys, what Morris? What the hell is this?
I am dressed as a zipper ninja to be extra quiet.
One.
Just like the zipper ninja in Pulp Fiction.
Do you tell me? Okay. Okay, there's so much wrong with this. One, there is no zipper ninja in Pulp Fiction. Two, PVC is not quiet. Three, when you zipper your mouth, we can still hear your body move. Oh god. Oh god.
Yes, crucifixes can easily be turned upside down. You want to make this work with demons?
Oh my god. Oh my god, I just had an embolism. Oh.
Yes, by all means. You're dealing with ghosts. Ooh, ghosts when your average salt line can take care of. Oh no, there's a ghost. I'm just gonna leave the house. Ooh, that's so bad. Oh, is that a demon? Oh, I'm gonna leave the house. Oh, look, he followed me. Do you want this to follow you? I'm doing you a favor, seriously. Quite frankly, I didn't have chopsticks.
Oh my
Is
god.
this your chow mein? I'm just gonna eat it. We'll order more. It was Mrs. Abernathy that wanted this house cleaned out, right?
She knows how to rock and roll.
Do you know where your dice went?
Yeah, I'll find it there. Alright. Good to see you, Ian, and everybody. We'll talk soon. Also, please let us know if the sound was okay on the stream. We're testing out a new mic.
Well, we tested and hopefully it's
on
fade
our
out
end,
of it.
everything sounded good, but if it does not sound good on your end, let us know, please, and thank you.
Alright. And
We really